Now enjoy ye nice programs ya packaging e kama ye de beso mo anopai ba ya bei ewiem ayokusu kakra de nanso eden ya wo se ekwadwuma ehihye ya ye de beso mo bie breakfast sports e wo mu bi health and lifestyle wo mu bi weather report wo forex news wo titbits ka ho na afei rempimu esi edu na nkasa OBT agenda ni nyina ka ho bi ene aboa no ayede ebremu nti munkoso ne yente
right Akua anopai on the agenda no you share the rising inflation was a normal bo sra neko and then draw so you dey too much say yeah water bill no like do no ya too much 27.15%. That means say we use 100 Ghana bosomia she said so to me talk about 130 Ghana. And I will talk the same 100 Ghana. No, and then do bosome no. It's ever say bosome auto light 100 Ghana. This time from September next month, you know, we got 100 Ghana na endu. So to be 130 Ghana, 130 Ghana, and sana aso for the month, you know. It's a show where we've come from. Be able to do any company. And she said you are there to claim send be ya. And no boy ye ding e would just on your come market ko to body e ko to bank. It's not pay. Be all the analysis na. That me bush for at no be a city no. Also so radio che e be brain how and no na akosro no e affect your brabo. Because it's a no on person you free schools.
Almost
different schools. Because it's a no 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 forget it. We are naming and nobody. These are some of the things I mentioned. I can't myself and not pay. And the measures are binding about whether it is feasible or not. Your WhatsApp line is 0322497263 for our channel Bremi. Nothing mechanic in our area on Facebook or your part live on Facebook. Now call like a page, you know. We are now the commenting in us so it go Eddie Mami mechanic in Eddie amount and they are not pay a muscle. Say before a young commons and get in the queer. I ready with the tidbits. I was for tidbits. I did Abraham and a pay no. Your baby came from my gun and Munko from my so dear come home dear. Then so 7 pennies about the Maya different. Enti Yebeka Fiasam no and son at Yatis Mountains and the University of Ghana Council, a University Council no. And the recommendations be up by a Commonwealth Hall. Nansen basabasaya omni mensa saba for edeko boss wa ekwawie no bi mobro we bi ka wa pakesi baby ye twegya tum ahye no mensa saba ni honini eye basta na so se start wa esi hall nanimo no ayera edi besisi ye kasai ye nim ni pakora watam ne baby akohye eno so so ho asem ebeto odwa na University Council no ensusu ye omode aba ne chese hall master no ena fei eye hall tutor ena hall master senior hall master ne ma omonko Yampamo mo nyoma adwuma ne mfiri omo nsam esan se bibi se no picking intel ntemo o man show leadership intelligence ne ya wo so mo picking ntem o man picking intel ntem o man show leadership nti yenyi omo mfiri hokra na fe ya ne sakra kwan pv kwan na ne ba fo ba
esakra ne o ma emu na de ne bi mu susu ne se be ya Commonwealth ne yemfrem omo fa man frem
ne se badada
and
the course na do so nti no yenhwe maybe we omo attempt omo attempt be 3-4 times cry
vandals ne kura na yiri omo ho gigina mu so omo mpene na emfa yi a mo so muntum maifu na no so ho asem ne say nti se e ho asem eno no council no e de atodwa say eno ma ese ye nyina so yemfa ma Commonwealth for
students no
omuntua enti sa ho ni sika bi eda ba bi okofa betua na mo ho na eba o
ye da be no ne mo ho
ne cash ne so beto
can send they say omo ya be compensate ona no be compensate
enti saba bast ne so do mo kofa ba omo so mo be ye foforo because the ayira ne ye hu ye de no si ho ye ko northern region na ye aban schools ahodo Charles assistant senior high schools awo man Ghana mu no ne nkrabate won northern Ghana omo cheso mo be close schools ni nyine sanse omo ni sika edi to nuane edi ama borders no edi afidi omo e wo free SHS ni mo na conference of heads of assistant secondary schools Charles Kwesi penya won northern region ono na di ama ne boy etu dwa na Reverend Edward Azeka Williams ya wono ne Felix Chirikwame Charles president ne na be de akire ne mpanimfo e wo honom na asem omo ka ne kire se perishables ne kura de ho asem de omo nkan no de omo pe anuane raw na anwa emo gari ni sanam beans mu na betimi akari o makọ animu no eno kro mu nyesi kan fan eno makoto ntosi ni kosua ne.
And I remember during the peak of about 2-3 weeks ago about na food shortage all across border can wasem the education minister ko jina parliament ka say omo release almost about 327 million Ghana cedis to a buffer stock say omo friend and school it's no then buy
I say sikana say koye de ani na nso because e kadada wo ho
e kadada de bi ho e bi do e kadada de
ho o supply schools esam a omo de tumbrodo also ya ni sikana e boko nto no wajai supply no enti brodo pay die say senior high school brodo ni komo ho na eni nyina mu no so omo supply omo nam ani nkosua ne no ma ne so omo ya omo sika nso aboko nti nya de omo ebeye biem enti ho asem eno no ye ko Kenya fo ato aba amene omo vice president ya o teso no a ne president ne boss enko biem no no yera Ruto ewini over Raila Odinga na sima na me bi say no Odinga he
na anu bone de no dey Kenya fo we share the history Odinga or shall say contest as a president since 1997
25 years
22 to 2022
25 years
and no year now is the president of Kenya every election year Raila Odinga goes for an election a contested since 1997
and not just 97 kwado ne Arab Moy e ko be
Arab Moy ko
and Moy Kibaki
exactly and Uhuru Kenyatta and we aba it's you know bonne bang and they Kenya for it since 1990 I say and I catch you say at a point I thought say were a president because Raila Odinga I thought I was a president and apparently
yes Obiako Stephen Ntima got 25 times and TB that Obiako be 30 times
1997
and also 25 years
yes
ebusuafo na che say ehonsem eno no and Egypt nso and anu kwese dom kwa sorry ojakota sorry dan bi mo ama stampede si nipa ewuo ni omo ma hye enya sem ketwa ya we no ne nkomo bi no ne na mframa mu nti ebi no
Egyptians ni na no ya mamu nyina ya ko ebusuafo emena so say the message of motivation every man down pay the message of motivation is always brought to you by Boshaba Electricals so we pay a year in Kenya honsem fan CCTV cameras that we also call a Boshaba Electricals we do me here a year behind the prison and I say what's the matter this cathedral no it should pay abrosa we Oyerepa FM and Oyerepa TV and a Boshaba Electricals e wo yankofa your message of motivation no pay. On that day, the message of motivation, everybody now pay. Now, what he says is that don't think about your errors or failures, otherwise, you will never do a thing. Don't think about your errors or failures, otherwise, you will never do a thing.
Bill Mary, as someone in Argentina in Itiana, and say, and from so the other day, we are Bobre and from Sobeba, Nemo Selfumwa, and you from Sonny Bebre, yes, I want to mean the biauda sorry yenra de twam ijano ma system na mfa na de enko na correct ne ho na nenra me ko yese na anya yie na me yese na anya yie ne atwam no atwam mframa de kɔ yeso na yefre bibisa we ya wose mframa de kɔ mframa nya de kɔ wi a enwene ho na mo hwɛ wanim na de wobetimi aye no waye nye sa wobegina ABC ma market times be market mutu nan na wogina fa ko enti Bill Mary say en kancho na pay say enwe onfum so a ba atwa mo ho bebre udwen ho bebre a wonko wanim yesa be gina fa akosa tugu na movie on that note yenko na yenfa quickly the weather forecast na no pay insuo e wo town pa adjozo sa e wo me area meaning so area na 15 rana joke okay me ho matini na pete sa anti yenko na yenko check the weather forecast number.
Well, looking at the situation, no, they are part of the country. In show it to me at all. For example, go to another part of the country. Which means show it to me at all. But about the southern part of the country, Kumasi, Nenkai, Hona. I'm saying you under ball because it's hovering around 17%, and which I say you are bit to me. But Daniel bringing us, if you are making the say, Shedan Poyanko one and the Kutan weather and not threat no possible year. Even though forecast for na commercial takrem, say you are ball or no. Betimi asisa ewiem you say ewiem sakra ye no ekuta nensa it's no betimi ayetino anope that's the weather forecast then fa the forecast no CD dollar safer and ramene traders be kasai na dwatwa pa enom de ma penny so mama yesidi no enkofo ebusafo interested in number.
For city no enkrofo so ho no de oda so agina de ogina ene kra de wo de £2 sterling ne ho a British pound no wa twam 9 kra point no kakra guso a akakra no ya edu 10 black market ahodo ne kra de wo be konam se 10 no wa
kra edu 10
wa wuram ti ne eye Bank of Ghana say de no ya na de ono kwotisa no nya de a wo pe ho kra na so ni nemo no ya mpa ya ne se mpenifo should be up and doing no munye bibi mfanfa ho na kakuma bi say August mu ache September October na ewura bronya mu amesa edwadefo de bekwa akofa ne oma beton bronya ne oma obetam sika de ma na de akoto de ketekete na no ho ahokere
esa bronya no unfili bronya unfili bronya
ba o de ne ka na begu ye so so ye koto no ye beti sa aka ne nyina o ade ne ye pe enso bia na sika na ho de no enu senti aban ne sorry na wonye bibi mfanfa ho ye be gina no ne so ne de ahome so ye bekwa akofa sports enso yenye yahome ntonkra yabo afo awaso ya sinimo na fe ye ba sports with the boss man himself Kwesi Kechi odebeba
Electricals ebusiafo empanyimfo se de ani hu ene edi hu adanse mosomfo na na kobi ma mepiem wo ha e ka mini senkane apapa se wo hono wow enkane apapa pani na se wankane apapa se wo hono mo ene na ene mekanfo boshaba electricals e de amount se wasi hotel wie na wo pe kane apapa pa wo mu de eye boshaba electricals se wasi guest house wie na wo pe kane apapa pa wo eye boshaba electricals ye was ceiling fine sports lights ye was CCTV cameras any the akika ho nyina ye will be ewa ha no say dwumadie bi a wodi e fan kane ho de mekanfo boshaba electricals e de amount say baby a wo bia no bra ye bo ne de e da fam boko wo wa chichira e ma ne nya wadwenwen ye hia ne se oni e bedi nkita ho ye de be ma ne e be package ne kama kama ne de amanu baby a wo bia boshaba electricals ye wo adum kumase aha no say ene ye wo prisons ho no mo na mechire maternity sorry down no ye no wo mo ene bo ho enti e ma ne nya nkwan tentene baby a wo bia fa numbers na etwa bi wo screen ase no na frɛ ye boshaba electricals enkane apapapa omu fie ene ha
she ana wanye brand foforo bia ntom
Sankratu FD fo agye atom sɛ kama pa
Obiti mio me bani wu erati mi
mami me tuta no me yanko
wo mi ne ti o woi me bani wo obi mami woi obi mami o me bani wo woi obi mami o
mama me dasi yankopon hira opa wudi mo anka me ba no wi na oni driving school bi abetima me de me irako Ghana had here driving school no eye ba ko pe eno ani Jeba driving school ya ewo Kumasi grow from Oben Polos Hotel boso me ba ko pe eno de kire wo betimi de ka ye bibia ya wo pese wo ye eni ka sebo wo mu ne se won kasa odidi djuma wa hye wo nyina no eye fully air condition wo fra kiri ena wo ban so a o hostel wo hono mu a obenya ba bia da kama na wasua wa de eno anu se wo fra wo mu asem be tenti
0240684078 0240 08068407078.
J-Back Driving School. Kachie Nimdefie.
Yamabuza for United and Ebna Anope, Embra Oyerepa TV, Oyerepa Breakfast Time. Soon your bread we see Remona, Yade, a good one, some of and said to me, I can't pay no, Yade, a some more. Medin, PC, Ketri, Bossman, Infitians here, Ewa, Accra, Hearts of Folk, Bobo, Enra, and Commodore P. Eba, so Sa Branch, friend of Conedu Yadom, as Santa Kotoko, a carton bro, now or more assign a Conedu Yadom, I did not a free, I Accra Hearts of Folk in them initially, now I Conedu Yadom, and I how to focus sign a pre-contract at the atomo anymore. Some commodity personal terms so now branch and enya Japan ababi remo ewa Accra how to focus so ye enra abran commodity fiti asese asante kotoko epese omo sign e ye kone duyadom na nwumre na na the Accra to folk and so any branch no Akua 3 years contract was signed at the Ama Hastia. She said, "You hear anymore?" Said one also a bit to me around pictures. And we are Vincent or Dote Soa, Honorable, one a branch and agent Oscar, and a Conedu Yadom Nankasemo, and a idea or more education for near their battery. A confirmation say truly a branch a friend Conedu Yadom defender, one also joining Accra to folk team now. Bibiano Ebekosuye Kama at the amount expected. Say a branch and a befa JC number 5 na unveiling na akoso abra enchekra na yemfa ye ni entremu ewo Kumase Krobia Asante Kotoko enra na ade abobuku no ewemu ene Panthers ebo angofa kensi ko na wie no na omashe Panthers 4-2 Steven Amankuna ehego a branch a friend Ernest Osei Boku wano a new midfielder Asante Kotoko Bobuko no omo assign no Samson na Steve Mukwala Eshebi and a Dexon Afuakwa ahinsan Sadio Mane omo eshe 4 goals no edema Asante Kotoko Bobuko no ekọ na wie na keka kan ho bia didi mu asese Asante Kotoko echese ene anopay ade a omo ebeye coronation day ceremony extensive coverage a free bra omo start a season no bobo matches ahodo nyina time ede aboamo Mabaji League no any coronation no one yama nyina no omo ye documentary ene anopay no nwotwe pepepe eno so ebetumi ababetoja Asante Kotoko fans na Asante Kotoko supporters na expected someone some behwe ni mo say video coverage no and so ebabetoja eye anopay no nwotwe via eye omo seek video platform a omo yusu dede omo jumanenti Kotoko fans ne Kotoko supporters expect say eno and so ebekoso yemfiri oyemfe ani nchemo ewo enra ade Premier League and so ekoso Liverpool etna Anfield on a Crystal Palace ebo 1-1 down the next the red card will give them
Salah and his of skill and now there's the counter attack and Zaha has broken the lines here the flag stays down Wilfred Zaha scores. It's a fine finish. This is Elliott. And that's Nunez. Beautiful take. And it's no, it's not. How is it not going in Van Dijk now? A reaction from the Liverpool man. Nicely done by Luis Diaz. Might need a moment of brilliance here for Liverpool. And it's got it as well. It's absolutely stunning from Luis Diaz. A goal out of absolutely nothing. Just down to 10 men. What a response.
No, Liverpool and Premier League name omonso edie ekokoye and Italian Serie A and Juventus Sassuolo Eshana 3-0 Samso and Società Sportivo Calcio Napoli and so a bomoding Edin winning by 5-2.
Verona's first meaningful opportunity results in the opener. Big smiles for Lasagna on Ferragosto. Lozano letting the ball do the work. Lozano's cross. Osimhen was gliding, as was Kvaratskhelia. It's a debut goal for the Georgian. And the travelling Neapolitans acclaim their new hero. Mario Rui with the outswinger. Osimhen! Right on the stroke of half-time. Victor Osimhen scores again in the Ventagoni. There's something about this ground, something about this fixture that the Nigerian just absolutely loves. Davidovic with the long throw, headed clear by Kim. Faleoni has got space to dig out across, and Verona equalise. Beautifully met Henri, brilliantly. Now it's Palatelia, and this is Zielinski. It's a brilliant Napoli goal. New personnel, same old Napoli. Mario Rui, clever disguise. Lobotka now, still Stanislav Lobotka. Beautifully taken. And now the unlikely sources are chipping in too. Politano, Di Lorenzo, Osimhen for Politano. It's another beautifully crafted goal, and Napoli are now running riot on the opening weekend. It's quite a statement of intent on the opening weekend of the season from Napoli. Full-time score at the Ventagoni. Hellas Verona 2.
Right, Tintia no said Enyama Esiko Edema Napoli and Numere Nonsia Ewo Yankasi no Modiaka Numinano, Yababmotin a day and some more. Hana Brabama Kainano pay, Yade Agudia Munsama, Wapua no, Yade a Simidi, PC Catch Bossman in Trayon, and J. Ayanka to and Braba, Yade newspaper review about Wasso.
And I said over the counter, we didn't think them cool at all. So we did, and that yeah. Hey, don't go capsules. Let us say, what will be a problem now? Mira, for me, I have lots of fear. Mama, hey, don't go capsules. What will be jamming? Now I'm more Kaiser. Hey, don't go capsules. I never offer our first. Me, Mama, that was what. Me, I got that one. You're watching.
Abusa for ya mamu nyina chibiem edeba Oyerepa TV so obi tena na egu so no na yedru so no eye newspaper atifisem na afei ede mamo yewia na eje mu amamo na makomonten so akwa akopa bi na mato yeda mase said bia modimo fide no eto Oyerepa TV na matwusu ye say the best, and indeed we are the best. Mamu tie nyina Hope Exchange Medical Center for esimutie pa aye nurse ni Georgina Oforiwa Mama G ba akope so at say thank you very much. And afi Angelina Aduchwa Angie so ya nurse ni da munyina mase e fremo duefo Nana Asabre Pinaman ebusuafo wa hanom na mahote saying
ayadom ne hoye
amanfo kodi holidays e Dubai ne enkran no ne Takrade ko Cape Coast me so me comedy e wo Dantano
Manso
David Dantano hoye Datano
eno ye tata
ani ye Dantano
ene mo de ne mente da
oh sa
Dantano
Dantano and also ye Datano
Manso Datano
ye Dantano
I see
in fact me papa bi a radio mu me started radio from God so almost so me mu teacher info
oh Martin
Makati open we free mu
Dada
I feel you know, Memendani, yes.
Oh, teacher, no, yeah, bro, what I said, bro. Mo, Hahamone, no, until I am oh, the kind of teaching for two free match. Somewhere that I want to call you know. Until over the weekend, I'm Kushia, a nurse for be. Now, fact, Omofa or a penny agro. Yes, a year, Georgina of Olua. Now, Mamma Gina will be anymore. Or Hope in Medical Center, and as our matter day. Okay, oh, come on, say some. Come on, say, yeah, South Patas. Oh, free Akobi. Can't you see? Nice one. And Angie. Patas, now, almost heavy. We did the birthday. We did the birthday. Wow. We did the birthday. Wow. Mr. Moses, the first secretary. Okay. Moses, the first secretary. Oh, yeah, Masafu Penny Bako. Oh, Ramsey praise with a doom. Mr. FIFA secretary, birthday, me ma happy birthday. Me name of friend na your ma happy birthday. Or Fabian and sister. Moses is a tete brofudi. What was that tete? Tete brofudi pa. Moses well. Moses. Na ikia. I know you teacher ni kan kwara be friend Moses. The guy me catch us say ndra me share man for Dubai. Dubai. Almost Oyerepa no mo friend di agro kwa. And almost mo chiekua pa. Nice one. Or your big fan. Omo big fan. I see. Obecha Watontoma Kumasi Dubai and our sister Rose or no so Tontoma. Kumasi Dubai tea and a pay check a sepa. Yeah, that was Oyerepa Edimpa Deuru. I was afraid yesterday my Hagan Natural Clinic, how much soya cinema, newspaper, newspaper headlines, any review, no emo. Hagan pass him herba capsules so and a Hagan co capsules. What you call any pass him media no wapon so coco na ye war, self free pedri any more free when I'm any to an amoko and to two any dear kahun in a man in my power war any bibiamuja broso money stroke mo. We are any amodia and chese Hagan for anyone drew. Quapatrapa heya poku krum kumasa patrapa heya and also ya no afre 0243 661 837. 0243-661-837. So mona newspaper review and what can you right. Okay, that's it. Almost was able for has the bone craft no emra. Nafi person daily graphic nemo and a way. Wow, I say aluminium hub. Close to reality. Industry to they don't know. 10 million tons. I see. Yeah, your name. And I have to say, I can't have some credit and running, and I come to Zapaka Moka Wasam. Finally, and then I didn't know Costro. I didn't know Costro. I'm with him. And the president, I know I can't have some way there. Nana Dunia saw Saturday a year if you did to tough for. And Marco, a pim a henum, Akuma Prusi, a Jumacono. I want some ever has say. The medium science cluster city of Accra. I know you there. Signpost. It's ACC Kwan Fifi, no. Advert. Just say in Gankra the egg time. Yes, I just said there be cluster city. I think this particular road the freeway no. Achimota. Now would the rubber you know. So would the free Achimota. Has say no rag over piece of of course. Wow. Which is signboard which is signboard I was for where never can be that we very home and I say and Canadian is a 27 point something 15%. In Canada 27 and then 21. I was for near can see at 2. No. And of Ghana Industries is also Bassa, almost so much. I know many AJ4 Edin president in Ashanti, Mr. Kofi Nyamechana, Kwesi Nyameche. Yes, me intervene on radio. Na no make it point to be. Say a big woman. And here when you be close it down. Name Yakra name from Bruchra Bagana. Na Ochra ya Ose na Poba no or Rezi Bibi also Mosikabia. Enka oto nkane ane kosoro no on say in reality nka o senka way no kura ba form as say oto ade ne duduo mu no na ke amount discount na ka ba form and we are friend economies of scale but omo de e consume no it happens elsewhere and now to dey say increase in more and so pay like Japan ne China say na
That's how it's done.
Industries no air talk nkania mo na air soro no. Naka mo ne so ba form. O mu tua ne ba form. But Ghana ntisa o toro air soro no.
Na air soro.
The higher you go. Eh. Ebi na ka Ghana o mo de ba kai a o ye say car winji capacity aye 3.5 o betua mo no aha.
Na for stop it.
Ghana obi nyana dwuma yi na wa safety ni nyina akogu obi so na obi na etua. Okay. Daily graphic no yento aso. Na yen from one daily to another daily. Guide. Papa we why wado?
But what tie nkomo no a ase adwuma no ne ye be ye den.
Ne ye den.
De gidie ni ni bi asemo mo
corruption is difficult.
Eye matinami do. Ensem bi okaye no. We die ne ya abe cement asem.
Eye pepe say ya babe pepe.
Me say me
fighting corruption. Never look at that back up. Fighting corruption in this country. Oh, when it
aha. The war ho na. Obresa.
Fighting corruption.
Law professional common kasa bebre o kasa na o ka point.
But my time your lawyer but no kasa bebre.
You mo nyina.
My time is your lawyer.
Only a special case. We was say ye nyina o ka kire yen. Ye hu se obi ye dwirimu ni proya ye report no straight away. And no dey say report suspected corrupt offences. Special prosecutor na e ka no. We dey aka omo na e kosoro yo. And when you nanado 1,500 mean I wanna make me fit exact number no. But nanado army me Ghana army and a police service oba here where adwuma wo
security
cars or they call honom security and away or they call honom schools are pick up secondary schools
and buses
are trust me
it's true
nano and reflecting to you second in your bus in your bus no crowd there
now
as was a foreign ministry proves passport issuance to foreigners okay yeah really now what you all right we move on to the next paper the Chronicle Papa where you Assistant Commissioner of Police ACP Dr. Benjamin Agojo.
Okay. No sembi no. Yes, so maybe any difference.
And
also on Chelsea to court. And the court to court. So court appeal. I'm say process no mean we dey be court appeal.
We so ya kan was President of the Police or ya kan was we ni yan kan o say I am sleeping under Akua Kofi Komsi.
Baby, say Kofi Komsi the car say in 2008 election no. Or the car say Akua the very president want to mean that.
So what is
what that one on that. Na Akua do there. No the baba there. He can't sleep under Akua as president. And I say you need AC.
After what me da.
You need AC. And I mean, for you know, because be sarcastic. If you can a sarcastic comment, say, I am sleeping at Akua. I don't go no. It is a rasta in one of your candy.
Yes, in service training, so I am a state PRs. Okay, you must say, young twice. Now I am for new crusading guard, Embra. Papa, no, but we're a different issue.
Yeah.
I say customs, any office of the special prosecutor saga, the more invited as wider investigation into unlawful discounts continuum blah blah.
La Bianca issue no. Now me concern with this one is say it's in a damwa Sibia wa Basara special prosecutor. We are sure so we invite him over court for interrogation and we are sure. Also a small boy no.
Oh yes.
Or what small boy name. I'm a small boy na interrogating no.
I see.
I see.
It ain't be push it down. Once small boy name.
Yo. Say wa.
Small boy what you say small boy bia timi di ni tumi chipeni. Tumi na won enchen no dey here na. Enti small boy sam na dey no dey nhada memusa.
We no.
Grave watch down.
I see and disregarded there were allegations coming from Matanamidu.
Yeah.
The Matanamidu Bekafa.
So I could find the person rigging 2024 elections and
national security.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Just say and disregarded no.
Then forget. Papa, where then and retirement the young man for us. Woman follow say for be 1 month.
You no me cost of GS in it.
Ah yes ma da bra man for bi to say twetwa bi gu mu na etimi so no mo teso. Oh yes na otimi hu.
She say about
only we secondary school.
Now what pension 3 years, not
a 10 years. I can't 10 years all the call. Also, I can't share it to Missy. Normal. Yeah. But second,
more class, so age in the
1 year.
So difference can be defined maximum 5 years. Maximum.
And so
5 years.
I'm on for you.
My altar.
I papa with dear papa.
As I come to you.
Papa, the 3 hours. I was a quack. I was the deputy director, GS Anthony Boateng.
Yes,
and walk out.
60 years, our deco pension.
Oh, number 62. I'll go daily dispatch. Hey! The headline will go viral. I don't know if you know. Now, I don't say this more kind of carbon.
Honestly, therefore, one carbon. Me, I will sit on this platform and say, one carbon.
I know you can say. Okay, Mumpa,
exactly. Honestly, me who bonibia abandon but because of political gains and in fact when issue statement say he's sorry. I'm my offended me now. Wapa much. Yeah, force na manapacha. But honestly, no care any day. Bonibia.
And now we you so reckless.
Nice. Say go for push agenda sa number. Reckless.
Oh. Test for NPP's new executive. So, but
you see, he made a point. Say, well, common flow member, you can't suspend him. Yes, you can't suspend him. Only position more party them. You can only suspend somebody about the executive. Over 2,000 or 20,000 on call a stadium. Over suspending what are you talking about?
Was it party person breakage? Do suspend?
Member. What to be that?
NCP, there's some more.
Then I don't mind on saying so. I do. Edward Enin.
Yeah,
oh, very good. Hey, I also know many Jones for the first time. Probably somebody may get me wrong. And this is near. And no Casabora.
Oh yeah.
Makuma.
Kaboy Kasai. No, you give 4 lines. You have
also can people. Hey,
oh, Kasai.
Trust me.
Oh, Kasai.
But no, Kasai say, oh yeah, Obia,
oh Kasai.
Yeah, reality.
Yeah, oh Kasai. Yeah.
And no, me make it so say. Kamuska can brand the presentation was
it was on point. What's
what they saying?
What the Mahmoud Kaboy. Yeah. Otaba.
Otaba. One time. It's a really let's go back small.
It's about mere health work in Kumasi exposed. Okay, but I don't know. Okay, so there's a new one. They do fake boss.
Fake.
Say I no correct. It's you say the plan as I no correct. I for already the card to so.
Make any baba na ya kwara na ho. Ese ne na anye yie de gu na nimu ase. Fake. After my line.
No what you so.
I'm for you. You suppose we are number 5 and the other 2. Papa we are there. Ese ba we ni pa 4.
If for ala ni pa 20,000.
But we are joins Gamashi. Hey, and say Gamashi to celebrate homodian. And the entrance find that na neighbor. All right. We say last paper.
And they say you be en mupa.
Na ne do jinemu. We aka ho asem. Enka na abo kosoro. So is it from September 1st? Why? Bosu mewu a. Akatria so yentum.
And I for some replace. Obi a wo de ayera no.
And I replacing cars. Updating personal information at Elwak. Hey,
Elwak.
I know o me do I.
Ebi o mu wie nkan.
I know o me instant na.
By all means.
Instant.
Almost from the energy go. Yes, close to 1 million people na nkwaji o mkaso.
Na we na say be ewu.
And we also
because of the SIM card registration no.
Until 1 million people
na one kwa dia was SIM no ya be block.
Yasemo.
Maybe any what the name so na kwa na sana ebe ye. Amafo aye imagine say o me block o mesem na o be court but let's see. Akoye aban dia me sure say court no be for aban so. Your money ye di ntino. It is sometimes in penifo no tena say o mo hwe asem na. Obo we so no we dey aban no ye di ntino. Obi ankwanko ye. It is sa pepe.
Almost a time na so but akua. Woni say obi wo so a na ni abere pene de ohunu
eno so
eti no afane ni way no to different area kra no wo hia ohunu nti omo so ntena se sort out ni mfa enko baby I say de ko bia we de na na de ne yaka 1500 wow omo chen no de ama wo mo no okay ebusa for aha na no pay the ball crata hodo e ba dwa so tiffin sem no ye de mo sie ye ko ne de Ghana te say abramo ye fremo duefo na na sabre pinaman Ghana te say me ko kan akua ho na ebusa mo Ghana te say
Hwefo nyina chima makwaba ne ehyehyia e de ba dwumadi so Ghana te san ebre eni edu sabre ya yebon kompo hwehwehwehwe mantama hodo enema ekoso ne ento yie na gya ya fa bi edi hu nkomo ne ahwese mpanimfo bete na wo mo aboa yen wo sa kwan ne so ene baabi edi eni kire ne nkomo ayekodi ye Public Utilities Regulatory Commission PURC fo asoye ne nyinemu ene se be ya fi etwa mu ne kra na nkomo beto dwa se PURC no gusua edwendwene ho se omo betu nsuo ne kane aboom na fitiase no percentage a na omo so omo de to so no na no eden ma dede ba oman ni mu ho ene no mpanifo etwesensen kakra na nka omo se ebekọ eye nsuo ne kane no 148% na 334% eno ne sa 100 cities na ato a ora beto ko be 600 Ghana ansa na 334 no wetimi anya number of units and also say ahoden a ubenya na wo de aye wadwuma wo de eye PURC for etwesane ma wo mo ne mpadimfo kotena kukuam edidi nkomo a afenanti asaye adwuma omo asi aginai papa bi ewo ho na sede nkomo no eba ye nkane no ye nkonkohwe bi na ye ba ye besi echi na ye nso yawewe ho
Bes abosumi mienu komiensa ntamuni ena Electricity Company Limited of Ghana ediba betu dwa se ohwere se aban beji atum na enkane abo no watum 148% ena Ghana Water Company Limited ediba betu dwa se wonso pese woto ensuo buom 334% sanse mi namso ema PURC mpanifo ene wo ya no baba ya nanumu ena odi aba betu dwa se afede waje atum a enkane abo no yatum 27.15% ena ensuo buonso yatum 21.55% nanumu ena mpanifo kire se ebehya ase ewo September day dikan ewo afimu enamso ema yetisi montenso ene Ghana adihye bi edinkomo efa enkane ene ensuo bo a yasa atum ewo mayimu no
we die ye kase beboa na medadam emwa kra enti your mind penny yes so wa hana se wutie ye no wutie wa Oyerepa wie ya yes rewa ye bibi fa ho me yensi marketing bi wo bekum kwa yentohwe sika ho odene eni so kaso betutu kane abuani nsu ne ye market ka ho de a wo man na se he super papa yeni ele do ba yentu hu ye mobo kakra na ye bibi fa ho nya sa de bebi edu ne de wa mmema ede nti esre wa we de yeti ase enye ye enti Oyerepa fo mu na mu kan bi mu nka na nto aban na tum se we de yenti ase ne yanyuntum amientutu kane ne nsu obu
o man mu ayede enti we esre no wonya ho bibi no onto so mai esa asese system no mai din skasem nkui oton ne makra ento ti aban ne nye bibi fa o mai no ana ebe ka cha aban
ka o man panyi e bibi ka efa ho mai anke because the aban kwa intimi nchia no se ba betu ebe ha adwe pa ti sense onye bibi fa ho mai
pacho ma dwenkyerɛ ne deɛ as a matter of fact wɔm sɛ nneɛma bɛkɔ animu deɛ but yɛn ankasa no nso so ɛduru baabi a yɛ ha adwen kakra in the sense sɛ biribia bɛkɔ animu deɛ ba light bill ne water bill ne deɛ sɛ mo adjust no kakra ma yɛ adeɛ nti am kasa wɔm sɛ situation mu ayɛ den wiase mu sɛ baabi ayɛ den ba sikasɛm no ayɛ den nti wɔn mo nhwɛ na wɔn nte so kakra ɛma yɛn ka sɛ wɔn ma no na wɔyɛ den a ɛbɛkɔ n'anim bet asɔ wɔn yɛ adjustment kakra ma yɛ sɛ deɛ ɛbɛyɛ a ɛbɛtumi ni afa nyɛ saa deɛ ɛbɛyɛ sɛm bɛyɛ nti deɛ mɛtuma kan no do wɔn bɛtum deɛ no nso so wɔn mmra fam kakra ma yɛn
in fact deɛ papa no ka ne deɛ yɛne ne na adwen so ate ase because they say dollar kɔsoro ɔmo gye sɛ mo no mo nyinaa kɔsoro they say dollar per 10 series so ate ase people big dollar to 10 series they say yeah they say kana makura ba fam kakra ma say be say light bill water bill ba fam ne say papa is say tuma so they have been so ate ase ha dwem bebre o say no me ba ato no mem ba ye nto ade it be do na sika sa ko tua sa na no it ko nka yem na nka bande we no mo na ku so ade no ka won say the 2020 we no ko san te so e ma ye no so kan mi ma ye so ate go say tino phone ye to ade say ba ye na hwe ye ko no sa akwa so ate so ka se kakra na say di mo so betu light bill ma bi say mitiro say light bill me to 1.2 so ate say a month me ko 1.2 it so betu ma e be na me ye enu me say ba ya sa tutum suti eti bi de baba no nto ne bo say be adu no de sa water bill light bill sa na mana ni ko to tum ko se so ate say o ma nto aba no 2024 no ko anue so ate say alanka che ba na say be different but na do de yes say so man ma den ya na den ba he na yen ka say bebre omo tutum di a ebe ha ya because say no economy ne de na me no ni ko ni say no mo ya den think yes no mo say ko mo nya ho bi ma na ko ma omo de e mo ntum ka ba bi e wo no enji no mo ka so mo say tutum di a anhwa e be disaster because say the economy na no oto a yento okoton so a yento so na me chance ka we den ka me sire ma say o mani nya ba bi eja no e ma e because say the mo ma ya den serious mo ma ya den pa nti we mani nya ba bi eja no e ma e
kania ensio ehia ma no ehia ma nipa bia ana corporation nso omo ye no omo ye di asom ye ana niama so omo di ye no ehia mesika entieti ma se ebe da ho kwa aya da increment de bi beba ba se aburo ye so aso omo tumi na we se ta ajoso ye ho a ebetimi ne yakọ cause omani hia omo nipa no hia omo water electricity we feel abrabo mu enyi ana omo so no workers da bi obi ape increment obi a person ni pay economy eti ano anso na mbaboa o betimi dia ye saade no eti omo ne aban no nta sa nwene ho sebe ya entumu na mure so na company ni hwenu ama ye nya ye ho nkire enti dia metimi aka fa ho no
miss madwenche ense emse wiase mo yete no untimi nyi ensuo ene kania emfiri pa abrabom bebia nipa nya abrabom no kodo na dia meka ne se adie bia no se ba putupu mo nipa so a ene kasa ene oyo ne ene ba enti ka omoni PUIC for no transe na percentage no ka omma krakra se be ya ememni nipa no e wi se no kwasam ene no obi esu so se da enti obi esu sa de yi no ehia se niema ko wano na ese so stro mi no yi emani hane na omoni aban transe ani PUIC no yi no omoni transe no omoni se the system no ani masi kro no na ma ankofa kasa na ibi ama ibi se le mi no kan no omo lesisi ni yi yomo sa no so hia yi so se ibi se so mani nyina se o ye mpensuo bi mu a omo so mo wei so o man nyina se enso kan bi mu omo so mo wei ento mo hia ni ani yesu hia omo enti omo nto mbo ase na percentage no so omo o man mre kra se be ya ema mini pa no enti enso me madwen kira ni wono fa no
we eye omanfo bi no mo wo mo ebo a enyo ensensem abeto dwa a eye ntomo a ensuo ne nkanea ebo ebe kosoro na eho nkomodie no ye kwa homa so na ye ni Oram Fritz Moses ya wo ye research analyst Institute of Energy Security IES edi nkomo ebisa ne se de ebeyi ebema osom no service ne besesa ana de dada no a na emu ebo no na ebe kosoro yera utie mi Oyerepa TV so ni ma che
Yeah, child no ahwefo nyina.
Me pa cha ahwefo nyina te nka yeda asenso ese ye bo opruma no pe wage yeso. Odaroma niam afoforo ya na nsem a abayi meje de sem ate ho asem ba kane na percentage ne wo soro. Enti dede ne ba ye na mpanimfo twe san kakra ne ne omakọ akọhwehwem no de 27.15 na afei de ka ho 21.55 de aba. Uhu ne se sa na se ba na.
That's it. Yeah, so now kind of after the yeah. The link kind of the various utility companies, ECG, PRC, Grid, Ghana Gas, GMP. So we know the proposals. Margin said to it.
Yes, so peja woni ne kakra ma ye wadaro ma ye nti woni na tiatum.
But this yeah.
Aye, yeah, that's it.
Send a juma ko ni PRC juma na tia no. Someone say TF Ghana ho Ghana number 4 years to development agency partners. Other agents that can be a year and turn on with the various components and the increment there by another. Now, a year and the increment there by no. Is of course for any consumers, they can say a year and I'm saying, we proposals a year this company said to put minimum. Now the increment almost is no, and yeah, they are we from Puna the Abano. A year even up to a year 10% of that. And I said 20% of that expected increment and almost revenue. But the even say one of the reasons are utility companies no days are proposals no coin no. Now I'm more share the rate of inflation. By 2017 ABC and less any inflation about and it was in the city against the US dollar. You never come and say Ghana has electricity in cities. Then we share the mana ECG ne what Ghana was for edina. In Pempi no akade omo hia the tools and equipment omo de edwuma. Ne the knowledge omo hia no Pempi no ya no omo nya no in dollars and some dollar na ekoto edeba. It is it can say from 2017 na cedi no ahon dan in the US dollar na around 5 cedis to the dollar no. This is here when you can see you say dollar is go be 9 cedis. And I should say idea the cost of operations, the cost of attaining the income because certainly no, India, any water, Ghana, and the bit talk, equipment of making the age most of and they can say, even social this year, inflation in our account 17, according to 31%. Out of the first half of this year, inflation is 27%. So just the 21% increase that a year, they might ECG. Any electricity company, a water company, no. And now they are still able to cover for the inflation for just this year crown for alone. Even though it's 21%, 27%. Like I say, they are often cracked and number of fire. And now they're able to if they do more, with me say Nisa. And so they are kind of say, then they don't or minimum with the Mafia Tremor, Mafia Tremor. Never cost what the money I'm being I find so many money. And I'm saying, because they more we and you're able to me, I go into investment, into new equipment, into upgrading the national grid, or changing pipes to Ghana water, and now other essential investment.
Mr. Moses, and some of the watch mu na de ya na omanfo dodo na ye taisu ho and say increment ni ba say ya na en correspond with the service delivery. Obere no na sika no utua na nso de wuhia no wo nsanka ensuo no ba bi wo wa ba no brebi na wotwe ebi ebeba na mu fi ebeduru si ya tum ye nka nkyerɛw ubekɔ fi akɔpɛ nsuo aye wade no na nsuo ni hɔ ahometew ya na de benti na wugi di sɛ wom sɛ uni Ghana water de wo asoya foforo na susu ni nyina mu no enkomo aye nyina ye didie no service delivery no hwa man bi akomonim ene woni a ye hwe wo mo asuasua wo mo a de na wo ye ne right ya ama sa sector na gina na susu ye de nam so area e wo kire
the service delivery and training pizza. Now, if I come and here, the unavailability of complaint offices. PRC or water. Akua Asieduaa we use water and electricity. Now, I can't say service delivery. No, send me on Monday electricity about free. No, now we do more notion and so when you have to complain, no, I'm sure one family. Now, money companies not trying to resolve the issue. But in time, I like PRC for and master. You want no and pay the magan of when they can file their complaints to them. Anywhere they can follow up and ensure that there's an improvement in service delivery. The various utility companies in Pempi, they are not able to detect early. If you way and I say Juma Wemu, lights and I see and I say BBC Emma Juma and so many. And so any consumers any before I enjoy the service and we use the service as customers. We have the right to complain to these offices like PRC. Yes, depends on your complaining Magana what an ECG and some financial and so hard. But if we have decentralized, say in Buka, my mind, this is the US and Europe, more decentralized complaint service, and as a company, are more taking into matching complaints consumers and the customers there is with regards to their service. Because at the end of the day, they need that. We need to tell you continue to use the service they are operating because they need the funds and them more. But if we don't have that system in place, Ghana has GDP. And also, quite unfair. Then I'm already no Sika. They said you must go the needed revenue and assets come with me. I think they'll be more efficient, more efficient. But you know, I said last year, I say when you loan be. Free some development partners, my best and improve transmission line, improve box supply point across the country, and I say box supply point, box supply point, and a host of other lines are exchanging Ghana. These projects, they started from 2017. I find the share budget. In the 17 national budget, in 2018 budget, in 2019 budget, in 2020 national budget. During all those 4 years, About his sign money now. The union said there was a downgrade of our national grid in the early 2021, early last year. Who do so better so because consistently over 4 years, by any can share grid could not any ECG monument. But Sanka idea over the years, every year they review tariffs, they share inflation, they share depreciation. It means get tariffs at a rate that it's not warm in Ghana water. Improve operations like Kenya, they are the record said the inefficiency in the system, a bit because yearly, they would have enough revenue to cover for all these costs. But they got a China in Manasa and you review tariffs, major tariffs review. Now, this kind of after one more month, and you're debating us from with 1 year because at the end of the day, inflation, you can want to be. Every year be a cost, and I say every month be under cost. This year, I'm looking at and take 1.7%. We do somewhat to 10 at the buffer. Last 2 weeks, this week, I go from there 5.4% against the US dollar. The number is 85%. Meanwhile, in 70.
I see. Ansani ebeja akwan kwakra Mr. Moses amawakono. Enti increment up by 21.55%, 27.15% no. Would you say enti Ghana phone so mu ana?
The GDS even though say it's actually 10 year 9 Ghana for no. It is woefully inadequate for the utility companies, the bit na warm. They can say they are buying and Picabian share in the next couple of months. We may be heading towards doing so.
I see. Yabada was senior the West ha. Yada was papa wadaje ewo na dachi bi ane here wa besante nka. Ebusuafo Fritz Moses a research analyst ewo Institute of Energy Security IES. Rakabna.
Akua.
De abeto yeni.
Asema na me adwene ho na odi busa na question atwato no. Enipa no Ghana water for no say omo pe 334 percentage anom so omo increment no.
Beginning no.
And the ECG air per 148%. Now look, Obi a wopɛ 334 increment. Yakoma na 21. Obi a wopɛ 148. Yamana 27. Oya Ghana Waterford there na 34 na eguso no kra no. Ya ntumi. 300 plus. Ya shegu. Nti me dwene ho am say we da say kuro bi so dwadie ni bi o. Ade no nim say 10 cities. Obebo be say 50 cities. Na wa amoka. Ndo sra abeba 40. Ofi say wasra mana babe to nya no. So still omoka. Babu. Ade na mo say ye wa kura say mo na mo ka kire yi o say o say Kingsway Toys and ade na mo say adane no. Yes say akwa be ko gina ho no. Na wo hwe saa na kumasini bi ba ho no say ade no e keje ti ha na ni so. Keje ti ha de no. Wo hwe say o say o gina saa so ma hwe miensa. Also hwe ba ko bi a yesi enti no miensa na fa wo sikabra. Na wo tua ne ka. Okwe no say uti kumasi a. Oka say odi se odi nyansa. Onu mo abu. Ma hwe bebrebe. Oh, na dey we hwe diska. E bi na me hwe asesa na akwaye. But ekua me gidi ye say de na omo hwehwe no omo ana onu say ye ntumi miti. There is increment na anodin. Why omo keka no kwa keka ye me keka ayisa. Because over 21 you cry say Ghana for su. Yeah. Ebi wo mu. Yes, especially timing no. Timing no. Ebrani nye emu nye this time. We are ka nyina no obi aketua ye ntum. There be. Eso hwe petrol ne gas oyere e wo so dada. Enkane abo na abekọ so ensuo ko chese e wo so dada. Already pressure wo ho. Yeah. Ye be fare saa for now. Ye be kan say ye koye nim no. Me problem with Ghana Water Company and then ECG4. Akwa so mo so me no enya papa bebre. Nti wo gbo no ho ka na o say mi. Akwa sa kwara asuade wato bibia ma no. Wasimi so kono ko feli ba wa hwe a wo hwe nanim kura. Wo ba na so odin no wo gbo no ho ka na ye wo ya. No kura. Ebi no mo ye no. Unso me asompa nti no mu ka se yentwe sika na ye ya say. Ye twa kura enkosi aga. Ya kan hanom several times and again. Say ukọ Ghana Water Company ensu a etugo kwa nam ka kwam to me say amanfo be frɛ yen wo be frɛ wo mo na wo twemienu miensa da so tugo Ghana yisije nim ba bia illegal connections wo a wo se ka wo mtimi kɔ boa yen na sika enwunu go no enkɔ wo mu suro ensu enkane ano akua about 30% illegal. Twefamsa yentwa. Na mo nyama dwuma yie na mo responsibilities no kokwa sanity bon ko so ko frekwa so dwuma die. Na mo pia ka no de aba betwe so. Na ye ni twa. No, it's unfair. Ye nyanke bedi nkomo na to aso na nso ye de bre na ye adwuma ye bre no aye be. Anopai meniminu ya be ma oduefo na na sabre e na ye ni mu hia me din de Akua Asieduaa. Ye de Ghana tesensi ha sorry ma PSC ladi e de health and lifestyle abeto am so no achi OBT agenda with Kwesi Wilson and also better so.
Electricals ebusiafo empanyimfo se de ani hu ene edi hu adanse mosomfo na nafia kobi ma mepiem wo ha e ka mini senkania papa se wo honumo wow enkania papa pani na se wo nkania papa se wo honumo ene na me kanfo bo shaba electricals e de ama se wo si hotel wie na wo pe kania papa pa wo mu de ye bo shaba electricals se wo si guest house wie na wo pe kania papa pa wo ye bo shaba electricals ye was ceiling fine spotlight ye was CCTV cameras any the akika ho nyina ye will be e wa ha ne mu sei dwumadie bi a wudi e fan kanea ho de me kanfo boshaba electricals e de amount say baby a wo bia no bra ye bo ne de e da fom boko wo wa chirichira e ma ne nya wa dwendwen ye hia ne so ne e bedi nkita ho ye de be ma ne e be package ne kama ne de amanu baby a wo bia boshaba electricals ye wo adum kumase aha ne mu sei ene ye wo prisons ho no mo na me kire matani sa sorry dan no ye ne wo mo ene bo ho enti e ma ne nya nkwan tentene baby a wo bia fa numbers na etwa go screen ase no na frɛ ye boshaba electricals enkane apapapa omu fie ene ha.
Saban football, athletics, foreign, any local matches, transfers, La Liga,
Premier League, Bundesliga, Serie A, Xiao hosts, sometime Otwe Champon, and sports pandita Kukudama, Wajidin.
I'm a dinner and a pay. You're doing something I walk to Martin so Yarian Sano, not yet French stories no to so I'm on a pay live on Oyerepa 100.7 FM.
The House of Folk that once upon a time produce 11 players for the national team. And now the same House of Folk can only provide what?
You believe on Tottenham players now.
This is a team that this season are very wasteful.
Osman Dembele born or born is a two and you're possible.
Mahio kola fianku ye bembe ye bulika menga nyefe ichiamu nyina me di PSC la the health and lifestyle segment so enie na anopai ye bekasa afa ekwan ye befa so a asembone a ye di kan ate no kwan ye befa so a ebedi hu nkomo a kire obi a esusu sa asam no ebetimi apem no ama na ye ne ya how to disseminate or communicate bad information. Many counselor Collins Bonsu were a life and business coach mu pabene ono so any chief executive CEO Emma PDF College omotete omanfo amomo abeye ekukudam. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Kwesi.
Counselor, you who see any aji? You only bana so. Big. Answer na you be remember bad information e bi ni dey.
Medas. Ma mencha hwefo mra obiti. Me feel a topic here can was my idea bad information as one been there. Brony Becker said any news that will not be pleasant to the receiver.
Assembia
so now we are in a time where was a yes you Jumedi Supense Abrabo Ebono once good days will come and evil days will also come. And we must prepare for all of them.
Just say, yes, I heard the abena or de engusi. Yes, Abraboni dia Dania.
Yes,
baby bed.
Yeah,
baby bayan.
Yeah, Yare Timiba, Wu Timiba. Oya Jumakra, it me, you would. And the Abrebia,
secret me.
Yes, Abrebia, baby Bessia, Mfendi Jembre. The asam natono adia esi hwenie na esi esanso hu se the entire American way especially media for no once and there seems here at national level at corporate level and even celebrities level no mono one edi can report to ye so now yura nyama donko efrimui. So there's a one that can report to you, and as if you crap and you be a free moon. Once somebody you compete along that line.
Yeah. But ethically, no? For instance, say be a okush, onamoko shepu to prove a war accident, yes, in
yeah.
Over report to say be accident, a sequine, so but it be a can number. Prim no say we have 4 NT, and you guys are to do.
Send the media ethics, no. My one say,
and Tini Quasa can I need if you know what's here, what could try.
Yes, the makers and you made the one say, Bequama, more media for the power. Because I'm hoping, what's the terrible crowd, more news casters for no. One say, nipa no kra person apply media test no and so nipa do say on say person ochimu kra so nipa do say
you who you no shatade be o se mark bi wona ni ase mark be
bad information there
tie nyina ye ka ho
na wonim say emi ngwa say ye mu bebre ye pray ho say ye be communicate bad information at national level, corporate level and personal level. Enka by principle and literature asetena mu ensem no enka ye smart akoka asem wanye da ka okura obi ampe ha obi ampe se enka obeka asem wanye da ba na de ase wo mo yemfa nya wo nyina ubonsa because akura bia ne ma me afiri mu wo betwere wati bi so they say na also house mistress just all pentem person o katina abofra no time of exam period there na obenya there na obenya nti me fi say health and lifestyle segment any topic is so important hu hia pa say die nti kura na say opre ho na o ka asem anye da kire unua so na me ka media for many nsamo oko football mu a yes ni mani mpapi once o mo anya ayi kakra empanifo tena so say media for asha say nim say menu apenyi sometime obeka ho asem say o man ka hwe panet nkra ye hu ni obi to onse as yesusu jagu ni emem dodo onse obi okra e bia wa ya ni amo ho wa adwumem ai pese ye twena so but onse omo pese o ma apply how to communicate say be affecting the pan na bo so obi
psyche affecting the psyche na adwene
ndi obo say na obi asiu obo say na obi afa ho akoka na asem ye si yi won say adwuma no mpanimfo no kra anya sanction sa issue no man twena so no so eso na wate o na ho apo ndi adwuma mpanimfo friend say wonye na adwuma yi ho ano say me kra matese nka mo se mu yi meti
say information akọ
abra kra o masesa enti adofo ma mo hwe catch wonu abi ha de on say bia agenda na clear na ye hu hie say asembo ne ba se de besi aka afa if you say etimi hanipa no so that
etimi ku obi kra
etimi ekum obi
wetimi nya krankro yare to say pressure nya kofo nya hypertension forever so that kingdom TDK
enti communicating bad news there eni kwa say we obi apre ho kra empre ho enkrofo kra dwane say yes ma first ye wa kra si once say obi wu a once there ye mana beka no once this ye hu obi a once say bi oye mature na yamna communicate
okay
enti yanhwe
ekwan ye befa so a emre bone na ba no say the osenkafo tremi as a chamber to everything
yes there's
a season
season
a time to cry osu woni bre areho woni bre nti bre areho ni osu no ebeba no
na ansa na yebe
anyway doctors nyina aka
obi aka ho won say doctors just obi asofo okra aka ho so sofu bi okra won say obi ne ko share the problem no dey be preach won say yanka sem fam preach oba won say fa kwa bi so ebi kra ebitime just say message no akwa say atade a eye common won say obitime ato agu 1 year azakra na ado de aba so the message no crowd be ba on say man check akra obi abeka na asemo na ade echi ya
won kan but one who den won ho say enye na wa sheda de no e be preach e de akere no
enti ade a enhye nkran but mamen ka we ansa na yakokọ so on say adofo information about ogogo a on niam be kan nyina is there how to convey bad information here but the problem no nye say yenim yenim say yam prayer ho nka asembone but yintimi indiscipline ho eno ne hia me pa enti the first thing they say you two say communicate bad information it could be an HR officer kra adwuma mu a to boase empre ho become na fi hunu die nti a wo ne yayi say ene ni pa ne dey entrance because maybe na obi no obi call out relationship but ekoye say omoto aso enyi e na o ka tire na damfo bi meanwhile na o say me na obemma communicate satam kra ne nya odom for counseling but then na potential no o na damfo na fa ho akoboni pana mane o say fancy hunu yeah sometimes ya na office wona atimi kan ye e ma nipa ne tie ye
ye mfa nsoma tutu jagu obi otutu jagu ka se me mesia ayi we bi da ne kenya nyankopon kama krashe
okafra
kama krashe bubu oh sa asem senso bubu a wa mu achacha otochia wa mu a oyare na so wa mu ni nyina mu na hyewde amama koma no aya petampe
enti edi nkan na ya de hia pa se wonya opportunity to convey ba eno kra no se enya opportunity enya de papa se koka asem se ye yi obi adi wa adwumam na na ye de asoma wo won se ne papa mu a won se wa nyina yi kra eno ntina won se studio mo yi nyina security on because wo ka asem bia nya papa won se it can cause a mayhem and it can bring chaos. And he become and understand why you are taxed to convey that information. Idea here, and your fans in here. You know, so now obiti. So not true.
And to become no anything.
Just a tobuasi.
Say be what is so be ubano. Ebi afi na baba ya mane. Woyo. Say be am so fresh.
Yeah. Was it and they crowd was you know what's
up no obi from ha edi ahwache na woyo na wudi su no atateba
and yes and yeah become no means of sometimes the purpose of the oh yeah was there think I two buffer but I'm saying that the phone frenaka that be yankan sa enti wo dey become very very important not two I did here papa you need to be authentic or sincere and compassionate.
Okay.
Because obi how they asem so mana say bia na make adwuma mi yi be ni panadi wa akoka na kra na e bia wo na aye in charge afi na wo akosa adwuma no say me ade asem esi ye de nka me pese bi yi wadi ba me bo na yesi ye ni wadi na just wo aka tete ho wa convey information enya papa and to be authentic,
if you're any more
be honest, tell the truth and be compassionate. So many idea why you the answer the Korean and we wish you well. Even competition cry answer ya do first, second, third. Answer one more mobile communicate no ya to ya boase ye maintain suspense kakra na ye ni etumofo. Say failure is next opportunity. Once we say failure is no, meaning next opportunity. So and failure is part of the success journey. Once you say can be a many panel or minute so
you try again.
Because I happens will be we na or buy the both on this man or buy no moody. Also woman didn't also or share no I former chassis so did you know what tears or the number be a dubious will be a judge. So anti and what anti be compassionate. Can the crown okay but when you said you will be see I can't afano
will be the question about say what's in your compassion now get now be so jana. How do you do that? The come never first one over can't tell us one corner baby. Nipa no so said ade am ye no emfa nyamesom kwan so o pese wujai edia ma fa Kristo se me kran na magem kwantifie ye no asi me fie bi
ye kan sa
o se nipa no so o ye no so do ni Gomoria enterprise ya
ye kan sa konse obu okra won so wa communicate asem na wie no one point you say allow the person to express the emotions say bia yare na owu na aba o catch nipa na won say wadan ho atofom o so pesa we ase we nso na wadan ho atofom da bi enye sa be empathetic or put yourself in the person's shoe and see how you can help so enti enye say o de asem bia tene entanka asem nchiro no asem kituwa wi akura so wa praka kra bi awo ya enti say ne bai bia wa school wa kwayare ne ye kana maame ayam hihia o ma ne ba wo ye ya untimi nkase to bo ase na asemu na wa fa no world cup da bi ye nkasa sa so enti adofonom yemfa asemu nya wa nkoka na afi nso no you must also express your emotions said the abano because on say bibi to say adwumam de yi ni panadi on say adwuma no yi di ho den enti say okana wotiam ni ade a even visa emrofo say on to kwaje visa na yamfa amawa on so moto ombo ase
no money wakasa
no wakasa so and especially if you are bank cry in fact happen bad information, you know. Say you are bank Friday you could use sika. So they say be a mistake or check and so. Now in a teller no. Also cause oh it's a break up but say near young who but said obesi at the amount ABI you see happen customer service you see conveying bad information is a skill, especially frontliners or front desk persons. So one say ABI light problem aba co weekend once obeda sumu the better to omo ho akere oh yeah it's unfortunate to say technical people no could be omo weekend we dem beda and am beda so once feel for the person say doctor obi aba ebia yare ebia the cholesterol level crown the cholesterol am so need die no report no hwe Basabi. No, you can't communicate that. I don't know some many answer. We must exercise that high sense of decorum. You see, you're respecting the panel, the privacy and so.
Now, is there a way a can be on my so I prepare the panel psyche? Say be a graduate say so be yare no free more and yase accident maybe a motor accident motor accident and as if you are to am na unnim se nipa no woko na prekope ya be ka kiro because I don't know psychologically wadwe no e wo so se bibi abc and I be awarefo ho no ntokwa abemu acha mo matwe anya yi da kro ba ko so wonware ya I think se enya wanwa but se prekope no a enti se bia enipa no a wo be ka kire ne se bibi ato no yewo expressions bibi abaye amani pande na adwen ashemu kakranka sana boom one man message no
once I say unya abotre and until the first point in here say you must understand why you are taxed to convey the bad information so unya abotre say brabo de bibi atimisi na okunukura okoye no watenenka o say so unya abotre o aware na twaje na my instances ntinipa no kwa kasa ade asembi ona enya sa baton say abrabo de bibi atimisi no anya abotre me fi say de ma conveying bad information de o how banaye ase adwene no ase me na mdi kan ete me na mdi kan kan no haye ase sa fancy huno no especially media for
when your friend who any more enterprise
media for asemba na more report to munya abotre sa ye na ye di kan report ye na hu hia be
ene de e bi atere wo mo use iPhone ya yi e ba ya bo se nipa ni wu o wo na na o twa ne selfie de fra nipa no message no e ko
onza nintina pen so yes ye nitima no
sympathy no any home
empathy is more strong is more strong
o se nipa ni pra wo na na ya se wunya the effrontery
and finally
video no
finally brenti wow convey information no yes ultimate my assurance say if you need any help I can offer you. So I could very so yes. We hear Bibia. Who can we are non necron? When your club said
yes, it has a counselor Collins Bonsun or they are feminine how to disseminate bad information or communicate bad information. As some no any deno magana be the daddy kwanya befa so a obemani wura na wo tia sam no watie fa cheche ye da se counselor
and here kono one say national service for non so mo wi wa hunu ani bia betimi aba ya so wa makwan ya say wo mo twa west no awofo say kura na onse kura na bafi ya ho onse ya guide enkura nyina so that they can appreciate and live meaningful life.
Thank you.
The number no 0244 967 965 0244 967
96
ya homa obia se erade mwa nyina na asemba yehu se de besi aka no na de asomdwe ene nkabomu aba
era asieburu opanyi wonso a o hweye no ese gracias amigos muchas gracias ye baraka ya gajaloha mahalo obrigado namaste ye baraka ye gaja malola kwena mi akata tanye fijiam ni wala don te posi ye zo te posi ye pa te posi pam asankusu ntaba te kankong taba big still fi al militant mungode ye da munyina amwase encantadios adios ye beshenchia Kwesi Parker Wilson at the OBT agenda eba.
Surprises. Basing that we still live in crisis. Cantamanto, Kokosha and Yama prices. ECG for some who play one more tactics. And then I do some watching on a pipe. Tony Yamasu, they doom the five. Feel a gallon, not save your life. When you're near the I want to do our tight. To 1 point was so Namako Pro. Process of Koya, no fire the draw. Parliament and for no boy, a bro, when you gonna hunt to my computer, the raw. You couldn't even Obi a chance the boss be in the deal. Can no law could be sassy. Trot class ya put on a see. To ya tutu minti bottle could have separate the comb. I could have go chance the minto henny go with just straight to the dome. To ye yama chance. If you see what be anyone ratty. So I will papa say baby a dollar nipple no swati. Internet a bonnet. Sikenia winning was ya ginge. Economy in the moon a committee na Ghana for do any PTSD the pocket money and the so at the end see me mass you be a friend so what mine is yeah say ya dance you see for munya jemu bo for my mafia munya koma woni gina de padom ka hu sakwa price of to person got assemblyman baby ka kontomwa assembly ko fi wa yo ya bomba obi ani ko pa ya de tompa boa ibola to no ohia buburo that's what team edu abato ana mo hwe obi anim ahokyira ne ba na wo yi ne ho afim say the prepaid the ECG the fear mo court dollar hunti go for the matter obi ambo fi akoso obi aye hot Ghana economy ne because pineapple juice ne nam service nyame photo nya sabe na mini wo mine na tetemi nua what a pity ye ndie djumafoka oko kanso ahoma soaba abato na beto afa cause ne beto ama ne bia meni aha wo brema dwendwen ne de nipa be die ti wanhwe ne yie pe na wa ba kokora bebi asement ago dunti se boys to foundation page said the struck otua economy see this be the economy back economy this be the economy yes
for Akua Asieduaa for OBT agenda no now we show him the chagu na sako there the man himself Anope or boy and kai say this be the economy no o ma penin city no baby edu no so that so there amount for a comedy almost all that city no man no boy dey no ma penin so that is the inflation Anope the rising inflation in the country and no boy dey say see ano electricity bill so no akosoro and no board in that you better the reality on the ground baby you fear you do any man penny and no be all kase obetimi aye ama no man e to abonti because it will ripple effect it trickles down full akosoro omo to no man no e wo abonti no so no ombetu no mem then me no you got to the edi no zone affect it yes na ekoso Anope quickly so we are talking about the inflation. It's young projecting the PowerPoint presentation, and that's me the Abraham call markets are now many before didn't come to understand at the country normal the boy didn't know. Osha dealing with the Ghana's inflation, the bread and orange analysis, and if you're not yet dino, and no one can ever hasem how a number of custom air affecting me and the crime Chisiano why just because akotwani entumu but the no man strand echo I didn't think quickly so we go to the first one. Just last week, Fitch, any S&P, downgrade a year Ghana's economy. Fitch, any S&P. Rebecca said Fitch, any S&P. Let me just break it down for you to understand. Across the way, Papa, and no one know about Etifi. Na de biara obo busia won e na hwe womba eto duane ma omo eto omo school fees eto omo school atare eto bags ma omo obo busia na hwe omo. That is Ghana economy. Into Ghana de be obo busia na de hwe ho every day be ko obo busia na de hwe ho. Now sa fetch na SMP no omo yankofo bi ati say that make no we husband we wife na mu ofia sa nkofo na ba ofie obo ba ofie na omo yan say omo hwe wabrabo no say okobo busia wo betime tua anasa wontime tua. Edwuma mo ya no eti se ukọ omba ofie no hu so betimi abobesa na anase wo ye onuoma ye wo ska wo asset eti wo bobesa betimi tua na on the international market no ye kọ eye abroche kọ pebosia ye benya bi na sankofo no mba hwe Ghana economy omo ba be hwe sibia ye boy ye brafa na omo say from B minus omo say ukọ school grading no ye ABC unya A atese wa pass pa unya B plus unya B minus stable kakra but economy wo C dia that's economy atetiam pansam economy no atetiam pansam it fetch any S&P just last week on the 10th of August last week here any S&P on the 8th of August last week here and I'm downgrade here from B minus na B minus dada and economy shadan ko ya ye bomba dia hwa how betimi am economy na koyi and I'm check your system no and I'm say hey to CCC just say your economy are bon na your share outlook na find the junk your economy junk status is here we do no the Ghana's economy na stable biom na e che ne say your co abontin say ko pesca ye nya bi say be ya bi so a omo boy bosia no o metal aboarding like isun na wo ho no o me ya aboarding so assuming say your bobosia be 10% like Ubobosa 1,000 Ghana, 10% interest in that's why. And now say economy no a junk in it no. Ubi at 25% because ultimately a high risk. Into the Ghana a high risk. Your credit ratings no a form. You think some no a form. It's either say we call so probably say unya bi. And that's so unya bi krana. It's uno our so that is the situation. Now, Sanama Makani no. How does it affect your individual? Now, and I'm saying you call just so the international markets say you call Bosia, what happens? There are your foreign reserves, no. Your foreign reserves, no. A war. You see, a woman on here, to talk crude, any other things, you know. It's me, you show up, see the news, who are the cough for my team, stabilizes our money in Anno. Now, a sort because you miss car. And your foreign reserves. The share self you may pay $9 million. They say it's almost about $1 million. Asa, it is kind of manasa. That is the situation now. About say it means tough war prices. And say for air caution now. Government can cushion you because it can't mean support it. Say yes for na kosoro. It my main fast kaka kan shimna a somber form. Say the beya you in everything ya tobi. That is the impact. Say for prices no a be kosoro. Say I'm no kasiyendra. Abain their ba and Akua Asieduaa say electricity tariffs already no full no kwaye huso or the say water say I'm no call 21.5% and electricity tariffs is so 27.15%. That is the impact so sanke was can kaban betimi as support kakra say even 20% we crown e bia okay. You was cow me call for them hot chromo. I don't know, Mamma 10%. Now they mean 15%. No, Nanya banka. In this car, a bind to me be found. That is the situation. For no question, what then happens? After transportation into Canada, be a call for tech, a bedroom, or circle, or call your phone said Dakuman, 1 CD. And now say for na question, transportation bedding, a back drivers, a better market to him. Obeto cars can in the fair no ombetum. So now every 1 city I got 2 cities. Mind you, what salary for the month? O boss and 2 mu. So what did 2,000? I finish and say what did 2,000? Start 2,000 aji. Yen 2 But the prices of goods and services no kosoro. In the transportation cost as a driver no, say we feel 1 cedi, echo 2 cedis. Mamma no ko fa your money buy ya no so no. Also there. That is the issue. So that is how it affects you. Chronology no. That is how it affects you. And then share bread with like a 2 cedis 50 pesos. Wait, 2 cedis 50 pesos. And that is me and Dra. And I'm a year to Dubai. Many a man eating come on just to understand what is happening. Wait, your share say 2 cedis 50 pesos this year. So say about 5 cedis. 5 Ghana cedis. It only 5 cedis. You can buy a decent bread. It assume you say 1 crown of fee. One crown the tea. Only the bread pa. Me say me shall not give me bread pa. With the bread pa. Let's say to me to buy 4. And I make we salary you can head. You check out. Wait. It used to be 6 cedis. Wait, 6 Ghana cedis. Bread 6 Ghana cedis. And then me no can say 10 Ghana cedis. 10. That is the inflation I can't want 7. That is how it's affecting you. It's in 4 cities and about so within a short period of time. It's a bed menu me 15 Ghana cedis. Breakfast. 15 Ghana cedis. Uto we coffee now one crab. Omu pe ebiane and omu di broda. Ebuha asa. Obuha no buha. Bed nasa. Onya bata bi no the fame. Onya bibi no in fact me tell you on the pay away or maybe 2 10 cities or maybe 2 wait 2 on the pay that is 20 Ghana. That is the current situation. I will it's bread they put me 15 Ghana cities in the put me I also one crack 3 the better so that is the situation. Yes the other one and then kenke way normal kenke way can I get 2 cities. And then I get 3 cedis. If you crack 4 cedis, depending on where you are buying it, the same size. Oh, every mekan the same size. Every mekan they 2 cedis and they got 3 cedis. That is 6 cedis. Wait, and I'm like 1 cedi 50 pesos. She said 3 cedis. I get 3 cedis. If you crack 5 cedis, me come and say if you crack 5 cedis, and I'm with the same size. So you can't have a decent meal in the morning. I can think the boys say a hospital there. I can think about one. Then your fish be a 5 cedis. What sort of one out? We share and me go here. 6 that is 12 Ghana cedis. Wait, me just say be some. Think to me just say be some. And so obi bet make the way be 4 anopa. Not that kwejuma. Obi bet make the be 4 and so that kwejuma. That is the situation. It's a number of question. This is how it's affecting you. This is how it's affecting you because quantity is necessary, but a cost. The size is necessary, but a cost. Fish way, the size is necessary, but no bona cost. That is the current situation you are going through as a nation. Into Korea and I say buy. That is the question. Your Korea and I say buy. So that is the impact it's having on you and I. And then 12 Ghana cedis. That 12 because I am summit. Me also offer clear our bay. I bet so no 12 Ghana cedis. I also know. It's also when you back account top up and sana and also. That is the current situation. In the case of inflation. When inflation, you know, inflation is and no one born. That is the inflation, and that is how it's affecting you. Into what is a Ghana? You say, oh, you're downgrading Fitch, S&P, or my downgrading Ghana. And what you saw, no, downgrading, no, and you say, yes, into no bobo costro, and then Omam Kofana money balances, no, Ometutum, Omutumam, the Diania, a bel costro, net your quacoto, now we pay no, and still the same. That is the current situation. Now, when you're done, you know, a son of orange. Now the bosso, you say healthy living. Healthy living, the way the I say on your desserts. Idea we, in fact, 2 for 3 cities. And that is me there again. And now I'm a cold room. I'm a dim comma. Maybe some of the concern and I'm a boy ding. Nina is about transportation. Nina is about transportation. The fuel prices, transportation. Wait, can I know? Like I say back on 2 for 2 cities and then 2 for 3 cities. Orange way. 2 for 3 cities. Wait. Sa orange way. Nanka Nyansa way. Those days. In fact, just a few months ago, 3 way. Nanka be 2 cities and the Bakubia 1 city. Wait, Bakubia 1 city. 1 city. 1 city. Bakubia 1 Ghana cities. wait 2 cedis instead of 50 pesos no and they call 1 cedi. That is the current situation at FM. In the case of inflation no me no say no man na to abonte na wo bedi no eno na no boy din. And I'm saying it again. We will pay no wo boss here then and two wo boss on fa bin ka ho. It's that your money, your monthly allowance no is depreciating. That is the issue you are talking about. No. And I'm jina ho no. I be some no. But you share abai say or the enti say bi aba. Say enomana ne bo kwosoro no. And that is the conversation you're going to have. Say, is it feasible? Feasible. Say enomana ne bo kwosoro no. Or say or the tracks be ba. Na you tracks no dey ba no. Also the tracks be ba because and these are the tracks here. These are the tracks. And now we call John man kasa. I'm sure, oh yeah. Say I'm found the money ban from the farm gate, you know. And I'm say full no. And they can't buy a dealing, you know. I'm one of the beato so. They have also no they have no option. Now I'm talking at the end so some of them there at their account. So I buy say if that is the situation now, I'm going to find the money from the farm gate at their back room. Is it going to help? Is it good? Ebe boa. Ama nyoma na me kasa ye maize na anasa kenke na akosro no, bread na akosro no, orange na akosro no. Aso beti ana. Me kwa bontin me na man bi kasa e. So whether these tracks here be akokofo no mana big. Akokofo no mana big. Ano beti nya bom inflation no akofo mana. Yenti nyom kan.
Sabwa mo say we driver for dada. Ana Kwesi ada nyina ya kwa bia kwesi ada ubeka se wonko kwesi ada ya kwa dwoso ya wada ya kwa dwoso ana branda so ya kwa dwaben sa hwikura ya kwa Friday every pro ubeka so wonko baby ani ntia ba sa na be haye
o complain say ka ketuano and na ka obi na no man boa ye din let's advance say o be boa mo se na be music asem no so be ko for my
ye mo ma anwa no so na anwa no na ama say ye ho akire dwaben hene wo ya anwa enti abe no ma ye ntutu enti ade ye nya sika o be boa ye bosia kakra ye de be support ye adwuma na no na ye pe amo aye Adwa for so be kakra trade nya di ana ma nso to follow prayer for nsem nso so nya kakra trade ya ni nti na sane ya ha ho pede no be ya adwuma chasa nya koya no se emra dan eti abe no ntimi ma dodo se ba ebu a fofo emaru kra ba ni abeboka sana koya
ya na betimi aye ama enoma na ne boa kosoro e ba fo
nyame ba sesa niema obasesa mre sese wo to nsie ni wo to awie afa be buwa ma obia nya bia di
mama me da say ti mi biso me na ye omo moto ade na kasa ehihye ya aban e de aba no mama wa ha mama na o so den na
ba chene de mi ye bodua sisi abodi e kura ba kakra na su ade ni na keska dia body na bakwana body no mo to ko 200 tan mo de ba kes kale so ente no te petrol o mete so na ma no ne na fom we say body ko ya ko ta o mo te kes ka dia ni nya no e dia petrol no abale ko petrol na no de ko ente wante so mo mo de ba dada no o mo famila na ba no wono no bia we de ba wo yo ko de mo de petrol mo sama enye ye ente o say de ba ko ase petrol no en wa teswa e be ma no na abasese o no wa de ba no what are quasi 200 cars carry to my grab here for series or the capital see a test what is petrol is local from about another from Kakra
you know a year moto ade I Dubai and ye bisa aban ne okano ahonsam mama so ono so tombo de in fact body for and why mama na me ba cho se bia boko de
adumna
business na kwase
se de ne de nyame ne kure ne
enye wo
enye
adenti na enye
o ene the market ne bad se scan eni ho se den untumi nkere eno se titi ya so ya da
asi na aban se no mo kofa body ne ba eno nti no eya na amane boy den because fu ne car ketua no ono a de ne car ba se na be a kofa body ne de abramo e wa he ya ebe boam
sa ebe ba aban de ne de ba
Papa, nipa na beton. Eba nipa na the beton because ababa nyon ne begina amaton nipa na the beton. Ti de bo ne be ya ne be ye. Enti say we kwa so obi akwa kwani na de board e ba.
Nto so sa kwani.
Lolo feniti. Ene time nka senka board e ba from pa. Lolo feniti board into me ma from. Ye de e ton na na e ton. Enti say aban de ba e be si nipa so nipa na the beton papa. And if I say, if I know scatter, Uniscana where you were.
Say, if I know scatter,
Uniscapa,
we are Ghana now, Uniscada, commando.
Oh, no, commando 8 years.
A commando 8 years.
Yes, and none a woman.
I see.
I know any woman, Papa. They said, dear, your friend who quadra, who is scanner water. Uniscana watch and pitch and watch him. And none of us who has the most made in yes. I say at him home. They say table credit to supply rent it. The antisu say free. Because Papa fit and a partner after the 30 cities. Table ready 10 cities of a 20 no. And crowd fee. Yen a best. They say time to crab 5. Ye be cofiano. They say I chance says that nap ya pammy free her. And said 30 in Yamana do not be at 30 minutes okay. Or be year to farm and about Tamaya. 30 cities medical few. Say. Asante say na ya hwem ya hwe de nyambe ye
mama me da say ti wo hwa ye edwedifo no dodo na agidi say ebia na situation amwa homo because nipa na beton ya ba na be gina beton it is on the balance still no be twa no bo ebi say cars no kwa na say omo de ba phone na number use so what is the essence well we in summer edwedifo ni bi no akeka acha me e Dubai market man no mo and every meeting adequacy Parker Wilson. Ebusia for that's me there. I and Rami call. Yeah, Kenya said Dubai, my name market you man come on. Omampeni in some of Canano. In fact, a hard drink, we share the food prices now a hard drink pa. It's on my penisi, on my some on my tracks, we go for no man bar. And on the bar, or no, or did you say, and no man no boy no, a back form. They have a different mindset. But before I get to our conversations, let me just acknowledge elder who's one son, Mr. and Mrs. and then I am birthday today. Your meaning in our birthday. Do one our friend. Do another friend here, Mr. O, Mr. and Mrs. O. Aha. It's a way happy birthday shonko and come on from Womba and all your family members. I'm say in chia pa and happy birthday kesia pa and come on and then pay Mr. and Mrs. O. Now ebusa for and man so say better na fe. Ya share conversation ni mu. You be room. What I say? You be papem. Na bebem. To say that me here with kinkin na me boys so they say mu di bread no. Omu nyina e to aso. Na what's the team that share their badge media and so on 0322497263. That's our WhatsApp line 0322497263. Maybe phone lines in the amount 0594192409 0594192409 and at 0322497264. And I'll pay there a man who is known to this show. Clement Opoku chairman tin where financial analyst one no e wa say and pay ofa clear akwaba. Yeah. Very good. On the phone lines, the CEO of Ghana Chamber of Agribusiness. Also, yes, we are hoping to get him on the line. And then Akasa, Mr. Ekosek the chairman of the Tomatoes Traders and Transporters Association of Ghana. One also about the studio and the anopay. Now, say I make an inflation. Now, on my penny cano, feasible. Which my juma. And I say 80 million juma. Of a clear the analysis how inflation is impacting on the lives of ordinary people. Now I mean can say how is the inflation affecting you? And I want to born a cost no if you saw so bang and enya also if you saw so bang and enya also of a clear but Mensaka Professor Robert Edu were a lecturer here in the USC Department of Agricultural Economics and Agribusiness Extension. Prof Edu, good morning.
Good morning, Panabuaka.
Number of you about there.
But Yamiadum Yahuyepa.
Fantastic. Yamiadum Yahuyepa, Prof. Yahuyepa. Now, Prof, we are a Greek there. We are a very experienced man in the area. and number bo iodine market. Now, Omampeni say one of the key issues is transportation fuel prices. Omo trucks, called the farm gate, send a bed, Omdino Manabeba, a chrome. Now, I have for the Amaya talk. From where you sit, I dare way a bad situation, Nana.
Yeah, that's it. I thought that you have short-term measures to address the kind of structural problems. Problems in our system, and your short-term measures we never buy. Or my diagnosis in the year am pass transportation costs na a cost run. And no can be in a man never bo iodine. Again, another factor is a bad road network.
Okay.
Baby, you do the no buy no. Chiri. Baby, over tractor plan a cohonia de adentino. Obi kase o cohono de ke coha. No ebe charge about the and son wako. And untino, I would have thought Senka share a long-term approach to resolving the issue. And immediately no kebia omote nema boswa make up through them. Kebia bema cat
na abani in this car to cushion the fuel prices. It's scanning you. Don't you mean to so?
But don't say tracks no so a wo kwa high now they are call a full horse or they kwa train near maba no wutia ka o ubesa fuel into say o baby akwa track no so they are call kasapin no they are call a krabiase na o kwa fan no by no abana. The challenge with aban arrangement ne say aban no ensure the new bia on the ground are all coordinated. The who say food market no na juma efa a man a cotton man almost on crofo in Kranasia or more the friend assembly or assemble or aggregate into a kohano a cotton body a drube a num no a top body no a drube a biasa no a bobuano bayra a ton of kuakuni a bobuano into time I have first a track and infrequent and asenka emrano na any money na I ready. Dia no actor to ya kanyina na se aka wasem it track no be do ha na yelodu na eko se si aban se ono e de track ekoi o de kohin ukodu ha afina ukwa kogina dom ho no wa edan ho na ekodi niema na no ho na ekwa akoto anase ma na akoho dada no na yes ye de track ababesi henti momfa mu niema no megumu free ni emfa nkoma mu and say momfa megumu ne emfa nkona fe transportation cost and kamubetua na dada no kebia yen so be 50% mama na the arrangement is going to be very complicated.
Okay, let me come in. My information is that market women no ability tracks no to where omofa enomano efino. So assuming say befa ebia bodie ewo buyer bon me na nim ho tracks no mo nim ho it's in me as a market woman no me lady cars no from KGTR to buyer bon na akwakofa eye no man fi ho e de aba KGTR. Is that a good arrangement?
Unfortunately I'm not sure it will work out.
I don't think it won't work out.
Buyer bon ho no cars do send e dey ko ho enedwa dey ye kofa cars na free hin kwamo tracks na ye kan ho asemu. The arrangement is very complex, but you can't see any amount is very simple. Before we because of by rebono, no the kind will be akasansa. In this year, as a bank could be tracks no. Now the tracks be 20. Ebi jinaka jesi say a ma moko a kwan so no mama froni and famunkwa. I don't know how it will work because no no kwa can no could see over 3 days because they have not done any prior arrangement. Come more. And I think a better arrangement if they want to listen, maybe they can allow the women to do what they do normally. Because no problem, they say, Adeno, a bona cast no charge no was through. The AGC. Now, Adena, Yama onwa enko Emma. Na oma meto na adieno. Na yam teko embi biti na faso ama fuel price no upper form for those tracks that because I don't know how it will work. So ba no so ko no de niema no gusa aka we mu no de niema no ba dudu kumasi wi a na aban na ede obegina oba no nche no aka tell me say body do no faji say because me na me dey track man ko papa ya na say you still allow the woman to still go ahead and do the bargaining. It's so complex and I'm not sure how it is going to work. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Na the first 1 week of implementation, na saying critique of that. Not say the lessons that we can learn from it. But I think that this is a knee-jerk reaction. It's not going to help us. We need to sit down and plan properly so that in the medium to long term, you're going to solve your problems with agriculture and food prices.
Okay, Prof, hold on for me. And your preliminary thoughts is a knee-jerk reaction. You are struggling to appreciate how this is going to work. Thank you very much, Prof, on that. Now, Wafakle Ewaha, one of the studio is a financial analyst, and one also say Ebano, he has a better appreciation of the situation. Wafakle, William. And watch videos now because and the man they themselves are not happy with the situation. From where you sit, what's also only 102. Tracks way, Is it a game changer?
Maminchi ahwefo na omum na madwumade ne yede. The woman say abana prove to us say they are behind and I say they are not ready for 21st century ideologies.
Oh, how? Why? How?
No more prove say Nkrumah also was far ahead of them. Because in the 1963 act of buffer stock na Nkrumah, Dr. Nkrumah establishing, he made sure say you better go ahead in the do first near grains board near there, then they will supply directly to the market. In the market farm gates no omuko ukrasi for no na ya to no ebuo your friend floor price.
Okay.
Ni ato omabeto ni o ceiling ebuo bia yemfo yemfani. Umfani sa na ba na teso. Du ko fa ba boka. You can't go beyond that. This is a body drew. Abani say obeto no market 15 cities, was it 20 cities ah. Obe boko ko to abani dey no. What I say? So Nkrumah saw say maybe no munyina maybe a book Ghana for. Let's intervene. That was the intervention. And they be no full supply. So back 21st century, countries be a develop further. This is America. America have 10 years full supply.
Oh, 10 years full
10
supply.
10 years. Britain of 5 years.
Yeah, they need 1 month full supply.
Right? India, 1 full year of grain supply. Wheat, rice and corn. They stock it. In the lean season, they supply to the public at a price cheaper. And the government say he has no idea. In the mess room, omunko technocrats no, we need professor do. Omunye consultation. We be politicians, just so we know all. No.
Hold on for me. Prof, I saw a there, and so a lecturer at OK University, and the Prof saw a quickly. Prof, quickly, advice Ben Adibama Abano on how a normal boa cost. And I did an analysis here because a cost sana, a bro, for example, a cost sana, and then Dokono, common kinky, like a canano, like a 2 cities, and then 3 cities. And then you need about 3 of them, and send 1 made for your breakfast. Those days, and 5 Ghana cities, you are sorted. And then we are talking about 15 Ghana cities, 20 Ghana cities, KK in the morning. It's dear na buying big practically to ensure say inflation, particularly food prices, a bit me from Amaya wine high.
Yeah, million to said a million no count. So what Chayama, I dare know a CV now we can muna person to think crania, there be our home at home. And the young will now. Yes, starting planning for the future in the medium to long term. Since I'm preparing the agree, method no MY. So a bad work a crabby in the short term, and the omuma buffer stock for Nankasa, any needy with tracks. Say the nominal no canon. Now, omumu MP agents a better top and Yamano Egun Granase. in the tracks no kono kototonosa. Now one kasa at the back urban centers not there. Then they can sell to these women at cheaper prices. Then the women can also retail to those of us who are household people. I am so no abwa kakra in the short term. But I don't think the way a solution cry was a will be status and opinion. How can this be a solution for a country like Ghana? Naminiano can Kromania the other way back in Egypt. Emra Befa Joseph Eman Koya Akua Egypt. Yenim Pharaoh didn't know SP or man and say a common back. It creates buffer stock. Moses see warehouses been brave. Stone it was going to last them for about 7 good years. And everybody was rushing to Egypt for food. So that model, buffer stock model, it has been there since ancient days. Yeah, the buy, Nanka expected a buffer stock, juma. When there is excess supply, no akono, the ababe sea. And then when we had this, I know release it onto the market. Now my prices no above form. Yeah, buffer stock is yeah, Jana Sahana, I say, yeah, Tony, any day, my secondary school for the role of buffer stock, it appears we are not allowing the buffer stock people to run it that way. Let's go back to the original idea of establishing the buffer stock. So that in the medium to long term, we have a solution to this one. Again, my main kind of say, Senka, yes, support to agriculture with irrigation, with market near the idea. And casta high prices we can Emma in the first place.
Okay.
This year, the Shebrin in Aqua share or my binsa. Yes, Russia for fertilizer, because of more consequences in your fertilizer. In the end of the day, no produce to a beer. And from when the tracks to do agriculture at the number. When the supply is limited on the market, forces of demand and supply now, ever force of price now, it less solve the fundamental problems. The buyer evitimi two problem no ase. They see how they are say yes and so maybe ano. I show you the way any the mechanism.
Now, okay, finally for me, what I say, fertilizers, Russia farm banking, ebia na affect a farm produce, and no buy no ebia na nyado do. Now, we show part technically, farmers, with all due respect to our farmers, the do na I say, impending for. Nti ahwode na ye de bedo no saka young man like me and I'm sure my basa am gina na me do na me ye aduana ti say dodo no beba say am ye madonna nso no to ye a but we share farmers na do na so asem ye mpanifo kaka wonye so no so betima contribute to the low farm produce na
last na me Richmond no can say yes and no.
Okay.
One say the no be can o America no mu population no percentage ya Greek no ketwa bi o and so much we produce the video of the BCA the braille hammer ye kura no into me and tokra. What it means is say you invest in mechanization, modern technology of agriculture mo nipa kakra bi kura na ya ebitimi nya dodo
emfa ho se wo nyina se wo nyini ye
na ye nya nuru ho no so no yemfa policies ebebu ama emabunu no so ani adi kwaduma no enkofo bebrae do omkogu na kwa omne na ne nama omunya de kra nchira omne na free a ni yitu omuka free no. I have been saying this and can bank or pass as and not do small groups and I practice go so na apply mo and ya mo input and an komu dio bra and can nka group can cover the and can wait me I have a senior council the beer to omuka. And they come up with and Sunday they be Tiana Kufoka and money number. They are most of them, not all of them, most of them they are idling around. It appears a policy process, no. A lot of thought and shedam kumu papa. As a politician, be a Sorena said the Bibani tribunal can. Then we start with implementation. Instead of sitting down to think through Nanka hulu the OCA yeno. Yeah, rationally implement you could do things in no problem. Na o no na ye hanu intimuma ye nkrofo no ntina na o monto to ne ma ya nya sadia da che ye de nsabuguyeti.
Right, Professor Robert Aido, I don't pay a better recipe, so I jibreda when ya kasa. our OBT agenda Jumedi. So, Professor Robert Asieduaa, lecturer, KNUST, Department of Agriculture, Economics, and Agribusiness Extension. And I'm telling Kano. No, can you say, a buying plans in a knee-jerk reaction. And no dear. And sometimes the policy direction, no, not thoughts and Nankasa and Junu and Sana, dear, but we can say boom. Na yakwa implement it afebedi bebe na yakansin say mo and can you imagine say our the tourism minister no, he's the one in charge of the tracks no and the farm gate no our Mohammed the farm gate farm no manaba forgive me say if I'm wrong there but how can a tourism minister in terms of a Greek will know and the share tracks and so from the farm gate to town
so or also cry but the problem is how you see your ministers. Your Greek minister, what is he doing?
Your two deputies.
Two deputies.
Right.
What are they doing?
Greek minister himself, 3.
And Sana, you were saying, director general.
Directors.
So what are they doing?
Well, regional directors.
Where sir? Who created division among say? Okay, what I say? Yeah, of course.
Because it is not your sector.
Yes.
And your ministry.
So why do you do that as a president? What I say? What point to be say on here? After they do maybe bounce on the amount of so person Akua Greek ministry, let him go there. Don't do that. Yes, you are telling the public, say, free Akutu is incompetent.
But so workers said they perform outstanding.
Anyway, say on was a different lens. The president is wearing a different lens altogether. You can't fault him.
It's not what about how this policy no.
Yes.
Tracks no.
Yeah. Me na me can say the buffer stock is already there. Let them go and buy and release to the market. Create competition with the market women. Mami mau scenario ka create market women. They are there for profit too. So what they do is they make sure say any man omo ba no omenya profit. So what they do is they create artificial shortage. Omo maybe omo call this week, now we call this week. Me call itakra me try me tokubi. Me dey ba want to man say we have massa. What about this week? Follow you go be the about next week now will be so that the price will be stabilized. Yes, I be gumbebre ya better so. Almost penisa. So they create the artificial shortage to ensure that they get their profit. And do the walk of about beba or because when your body be that. So can you force her to buy?
No, you can't force her to buy.
I no one in color. Bebre market queens no woman color omuna distribute no. A bar no achicha mom. In color bebre niska. Omo depend on the market queen. Whatever man no akobia so no mo akoton abre no. And you know that linkage of distribution you don't have. You don't have the distribution point. And you bet me the aba. Can be see what am about the pro. Ebron be see what my ebron e woman pro. They determine the market. And you person a business now. Either you use them or you create alternative competition for them.
Now, how can government create that alternative competition? Misaka Agribusiness CEO of Ghana Chamber of Agribusiness, Anthony Morrison, one also Ewa Homano. So, Mr. Morrison, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, quickly, your general impression on the year of buying decision say, I'm the tracks and I can call a young crossing. No, I'm afraid you are not at your back room. From where you sit, let
me say that this position is ill-informed position.
Ill-informed?
Yes.
Why are you saying it's ill-informed?
It shows that the people at the head of affairs at the Ministry of Food and Agriculture do not understand the market force of food marketing in Ghana and food sales. If they do, then they will not be looking at the kind of intervention they want to bring on board. For instance, as it stands now, and let me also preface my submission that we have earlier, about a year ago, asked government to put in place an agriculture emergency delivery or the strategy plan. As a country, we
where are we looking to go? So when you bring on board such interventions, first of all, take out the input dealers, take out the other service providers. You have the market, you have the farmers, aggregators, and the market queen mothers. Now, aggregators don't just stand up and go and bring food. Sometimes they have to stay for 1 month and aggregate food. That is why we call them aggregators and transporters. They have to move from one village to another, taking motorbikes and aggregate food in such a quantity. When they transport it onto the truck, it makes financial or economic sense. Let's also understand that when you do that, and the kind of intervention government is looking to do, when government goes ahead, government is going to make a number of the market women jobless.
Why are they going to make them jobless? I mean, these are market women who are complaining of high fuel prices and transportation.
So when the produce come, when the farmers bring the produce to Accra, who sells them? When the farmer brings the produce to Accra or Kumasi, who sells them? So you are either going to make the market women jobless or you are making the aggregators jobless. And these are some of the things we need to be looking at. Ideally, what I expect of government to be doing at this time is to support farmers with harvesting machines, because it's showing glaring that we have not produced enough for this season, especially for our staple food. Maize. Soya is going to be in abundance because it was done without fertilizer, which we all know that you can produce soya without fertilizer. So majority of farmers have done soya and have neglected maize. Now, fast on. Let's even decide that the intervention of government is what it should be. Do we have enough storage in the cities? You see, the precarious data and the weak structure and infrastructure system we practice as a country in the agriculture delivery services sector is so appalling. We do not have any sort of strategy, no plan. We stand up. This same minister was going to set up the food center. Okay? So, what are we doing as a country? This kind of intervention does not drive long-term investment. We are talking about a position where the private sector are going to make a lot of investment into the agriculture sector just by seeing the long-term strategic plan of government. And not government all the time being called upon to make investment into the agriculture sector, especially because of food security. Do you understand my point?
Yeah, I'm following.
So, we as the private sector see this as, I mean, it amounts to nothing because at the end of the day, the determinant of the final price is on the market demand. You understand? So it's either the aggregators are going to go up business, thereby creating a lot more competition between government setup and the private sector. This is the least we need currently in the industry. We do not need further competition. We need a system that is embryotic in nature, that drives the ecosystem. That's all.
Mr. Morrison, thank you very much for your time this morning, for the brief explanation given. Now, Mamika, to be fair to Abang, Mr. Morrison, the CEO of Ghana Chamber of Agribusiness, Anthony K. Morrison, NIAK. He's also equally making the same point like Prof. Robert Edu say, near Abang, no, it won't yield much, but certainly can never be fair to government. And of a clear, a comprehensive roadmap, the delivery of the tracks, and the distribution of the tracks, to to the various farm gates no yen hu ye and one say yaka say and the tracks in the screen so no among was screen tracks in the screen so no say these are the tracks way and I dey call abonten so they dey call crossing you know ebi ebe ni say nti we make say ebia adentina yen twentwen so kakra na let's have a clearer picture of how ye beye arrangement you know and sana we are quick to say enye adwuma
me that's it but also we say 21st century day we deal with expertise and now you say unimusu a obi ni mo bi kire you have seen what other countries have been doing and I answer the air no nyantu sa na ye no
yes sa na ye no
no
but that's not true
forget about the fair entimi nya adwuma na ye ka no ne fair dey enga hwe
very huge track very huge track
the woman say 21st century no private sector participation adwuma bia ye the private sector ni room the private sector room na obumu ni dey abana na kotoba even bus car no tax no na obefuele na ode akofa aduane no road pa private sector na we nko senka wo market queens no mu adwin say tax no ebe adwuma sei mu hye mu sei ebe diska ba diska no me pese ye teso what I say now no mu ye net track no kra ye mfa ntenti na mu mfa enye mu dia ne so aban with time no oyin ho film na man na tracks a omu ko fa ne ma ba
my information is that market women na and by question omu na omu jitum so
omu jitum but omu sika se no mo bu aban
omu sika se no mo bu
track na aban dia
aban
ni so aban o se won omu ni market women this is how Africa governance yen tiase governance 21st century governance is participation what I say it's not so proprietor governance ne twem entina Margaret Thatcher the former prime minister of Britain who said government and he said the sole duty of the government to create an enabling environment for business to thrive. The government business not to do business. On the Britain for any private sector na Britain for and then basis everything companies was on our role is to create the environment. The government should basis we also ko phobia mu ska o memu skafo no ni dumfo ma no o mo makoto na de na ebe no na government bi a wo apa bi a 10% na wo di awadwena ba na kekebo ekoba na wo matete kanafa na mo di adwuma. That's how it should be. But me the same that's what you say the buffer stock should be the leading role to challenge the women to reduce the prices. Make a choice say me say me adwuma say we are say but
let's say what they for. But the challenge is that because for says you with the bank to Masia. Transportation cost
you say the only have to secure 20%. We are bulk transporter. I wish you understand me. We are bulk transporter.
I mean to say.
So who the ufa car ni buon e form. E be shock you say ube kwa na car no kra no ebu no kra muntu a man na
the inflation artificial
and yes a man take advantage of the situation
a man be
yes it take advantage of the situation and omo
I see
I'm telling you well my example who say na say a sister say she be a meaning say who documentary na a slim documentary by 101 million we slim car dey ba e be do Accra 2 cities no omodi 100 bi omodi 2 million omo pakia omo hihye ne saa omo di nua hihye omo pakia 100 bi omo di 2 million etiese be do Accra 3 cities enso be do Accra omo taa kese no miensa no omo di 50
Ghana
then e kudu saa 50 Ghana ba ku ebu 17 cities ba ku meanwhile from same to a car ni cost nyina any loading and offloading 5 cities we load 1 city or we offload the 1 city. And the total cost is 5 cities. How did you reach 17 cities? It's artificial shortage, artificial pricing. I'm not taking a fairly. I'm not taking advantage of. Now the fuel taxes mark 12. 12 taxes. Debt recovery, road fund levy, energy fund levy, price stabilization and recovery levy, sanitation and pollution, energy sector recovery levy, special petroleum levy, primary distribution margin, bus margin, fuel marketing margin, marketers margin, and dealers margin. 12. So when you far bit me video. Who said the cost you go made in your scap? Because minia abano one should be with minia in your scap. But there are so many places with minia scap. But you're downgrading here for the cocoa pesca. No, but you agree say you're downgrading economy within the local economy. And then your person, minia, your person silla de be a cocoon na cash crop. What does a cocoon na cash crop? 21st century cocoa na cash crop. Omun say cocoa any cash crop o ton omun kwa other places 21st century ebro na cash crop ebro because ebro omun say e dey plastic e dey say bibia say plastic e dey ebro and say omun dey speakers one ebro plastic no e dey speakers no one so why are we considering cocoa me we ebro say Ghana say e do a e betimanya over 1 trillion tons. It's very possible because Ghana your brobia 2 months bia betwa. So I didn't think you cocoa 1 year 1.5 years and one you concentrate. We are limiting our resources, our sources of income. We are limiting it. Enti omunya di omu yen say omu focus on we are running Goggisburg economy. Say chinchina or say the Ghana binya biya or say abrofune to mine what catch no. It's sad to say abrofune niema omudi e wo mabuchi no eno na no yetimi e stocking. Correct storage president Kufo aye amakuku e wo etema community 25 kakraka if one yo bro storage etsa the hu here the bruni be say warehouses so warehouses a buy no and I say agriculture oba baby buy need the state of the art say cocoa DNA wo temade no ye ni bi sa kese sa esu emu buy a store near my empro near the ade e bi wo hene mami one we are still serving the whites economic independence the as you. And if you continue that way, where want to you let on things a bit me aye. I don't sila abofunu timi omudo wheat 3 months people. Ebika emomusa na baha beton farm my 3 months farming. We import wheat crop. When we have 1 year farming, your alternatives a bit me aye ni enso anya flour, your corn flour, your sweet potato flour, your cassava flour, your plantain flour, your yam flour. But still a person see the wheat flour. Amen. Now we can say inflation and that's one born idea or market no artificial and banana criticize. Ebi mu o meton then I can't be to intervene because on my peninsula now say and all kasa which is it's very frustrated. Inflation do 31.7 and you know or the side tracks we about it you know on the ground no apart from this tracks issue I say on the ground no Japan am be to stop this market you say omutimi changing advices no advices in Bibli one. I don't want to use word I know but in one changing advices. It's time we also changing advices. Bibli to a full number to Muka. We changing advices now. You get a better advice, you get a better solution. That is one. Two, on say your long-term solution to the problem. Short-term MY. Short-term solutions. M1 maybe. And the NTS is Ghana. Also, you say how much food we need as a country. It's a 12 million tons. A bro 2 million tons. So let's talk that much. And the government one idea. What's the grains bond? Ukwa bro no business ho. The money this 5 million. Me buy 2 million. 3 million. 2 million. Thank you. I didn't competition, you know. Now did 2 million. Near had the obeton udum. You'll be forced to reduce the price. Of course. Because every work on 80 Ghana. Also. Okoton 80 Ghana. KSK 50 Ghana. Every now the 5 million. Basis bank. Load offloading because 150 Ghana. So 500 Ghana and 800 Ghana now then. How did it cost to that level? What I say? And your man no taking measures no food supply, any food distribution media, and every year be able to Abrofunu no now the government supply the food. If in America, national income, any Britain, national income chunk if you food tax. Omuto. No do what to say June July come about. Buy no supply. We will easy. But Tony no JBWH for security say it be a common answer to range him back. That's how we manage economy. We just also go banking bailout. Asofo ni enkrofo bi omu bank omu BSC ka wie dia. Then you go and do bailout. For example, run economy. Akrofo njomo. Baby mu this kind of omu farm time.
I tell you Rebecca say omu yes I nyina ya dia. Omu bi so mu process. So
we shouldn't have paid. And so prosecute omu dia. We should have prosecuted them for them to also bring the money. No, say first time no yes side man.
They spend almost about 25 billion. Why? 25 billion. Oh, bank a
54.
54 billion.
54 billion. But we are the kind of one. So we to establish a CBG, another bank, need mobilization. That's how much it costs the country. And you know, and behold, that money, you 20 billion to have got the buffer stock for us for the whole country to solve this problem you're facing. Then you lose the money.
So your priorities in the
wrong.
You're not getting it right.
Because we are bankrupt of ideas. I also I'm being harsh. I'm not being harsh. So who say we are now going where? Are you not bankrupt of ideas? Are you helping the country? When you see can what we see. Papa be our woman when you ska now the chasing girls young girls they now we born there they after the who yale be that house in Kalame. One me.
Mami and check Facebook na me can a few comments kaka ho anopay na we are na se onyoma no ebia na so we kra na se ho hwe me anopay. I want you to share your experience with me, but then you kwa you share the impact no on one so abra but wa hwe me anopay. If you want cramiano or cramiansa, omodidiem, sisi saying, and they said, be a boyding, and an panamichiri, and the docono, kinky, in candocono, small kinky, and the 2 cities, 3 cities, get 12, when your bed trana 4, and sana 1 man. Fish back home, the dear, 12, 3 cities. So, when you da, then probably when your bed, you know, you are talking about 15 Ghana, 20 Ghana cities for just a year kinky. It's these are some of the issues I can want and the anopay. And now, sa institution he said, easy jabeka home, water babeka home, to say a cost, but what get you an idea? Sa 1,000 hours in a bim beka home, sa 2,000 hours in a bim beka home, sa 3,000 a bim beka home. So that is the issue. I can't want some to pay. But me share Facebook no. I'm say why wouldn't say internet there? Yeah, na maybe phone answer so the amount. Now if you also want to join the conversation, no, your WhatsApp line is 0322497263 0322497263. Phone line is 0594192409 0594192409 and at 0322497264. I'm saying me challenge kakra with the Facebook no and WhatsApp no. E bia okay, I'm saying ye be. We say why are Ghanaians so pessimistic about anything that government intends to do? Ask Ofakle for me. Ofakle, you are being too pessimistic. Away Francis Atta or Kwesi. Bakoso bo abaso. You see a friend Honorable Kofi Chirame or say, who is this man? I just tuned in. In fact, he's talking sense. It's Bako say you are being too pessimistic. Bako say you are talking sense. Or you just say, wow, what an editorial. This is the first time watching you, Masa. You are super. Thank you very much, Bochi Yadom. Thank you very much, Bochi Yadom. We say from Musa Abato say, President Akufo-Addo and Bawumia doesn't care about the unprecedented hardship we are going through. At this time, Ghanaians are struggling to raise 3 scale meals a day. They are increasing utility tariffs to kill us all. The insensitivity of the current leadership is becoming increasingly worrisome. changing MPP in 2024 is a communal labor, and every remaining Ghanaian must participate. You we are from Musa Abacha. So there's a question for you. Say, oh, you're too pessimistic. So you are not seeing any good thing behind any other.
Me because I'm so anti. Me say an attempt. But attempt to just say it's in the right direction. What I say, it is in the wrong direction. Indeed, if it is in the wrong direction, this is a catching government.
So we are pessimistic. Government see something positive.
Why you? Oh, say a checking. Say Biano go for bar. One a distributor, one a distributor. How many details? These are the questions we are asking. Genuine questions to the government, and as public, we are public servant. And this I'm trying to add, you raise the issues. Maybe they will listen and do the corrections as early as possible. How many man in Yeduma must show the way. A man, how many man in Yeduma is bound to fail. Because the baby, who are the baby now be cheap price on ton because so one walk be all ton it is a while because you more now do quote no I could tell you more now what it ton your case. And as early as possible, there should be partnership. What I say. Also, say a man should they work for profit. Almost make sure say in their case, what they do is almost supply a Bruno mom bottom now buying at the margin to some say, okay, a Bruno the mount 2 cities, 2 cities, 50 pesos. Into buying himself or free government, and I register with them with Lance's passbook and those things. And to himself to free mine, this is what they get. So, what are they getting from the government? Who dictate the price among price control? Where price control? What are they getting? And are you telling me, say, if you're not getting from anything from me, you come and see you. What I say, until Obama distribute a body and they are for free.
Oh, yes, sir.
Of course.
Never on your side. It will never happen.
These are the questions we are asking. So, what is the floor price? What is the ceiling price? How the quota or the brand? No, or no suit or the also,
stabilize the price.
Exactly. Exactly.
No matter form. Don't
behave as if say, who know something a free show. It's not free show. Market forces is determined by profit. A man also muko Togo and a do mutibas in Muga Zedinta. I'll call Yari, no, so no, to Cabas Market cross border, no, Kofani, no, Obanyari, no, nobody will do that.
Will be on your charity business. What happened? It was maybe for me for us. He said, my
uncle ECG for name.
Utility times. Okay, let me be for nice.
I didn't your mom increment. Formally, Ghana water, losses is 40%. What I say? ECG, formally, losses here 30%. But actual on the ground losses. Now, say he was a director general for Ghana electricity. What's he? Illegal connections in Ghana.
Wastage in the dorsal. Wastage in the dorsal.
And it's about 60% of their income. 60% too. Which is about 560 million Ghana cedis. Percentage of the moment. Percentage of the moment. It's about 100 million Ghana cedis, but the amount they are wasting is over 560 Ghana cedis.
They have no business increasing the size.
So if you are losing 760 million, why are you asking for 100 million? AMB has a PRS, yen dissolve it, but now say dissolve with PRS. They are failed big time.
Their
regulation. What is
people are seeking for 148 increase. In utility time.
What is there?
No, Oma managing about 27, 21.
The act establishing a PRC. The act is saying that they regulate the utility supply to make sure that they are 100% efficient. And if they are wasting 60%, so what is the efficiency? What is their duty? Omojumani is saying they are wasting 60% and coming to ask for from us 100%. That's what I'm saying. 60% no chesi no munsanka no munkan say after 60%, which is about 560 million, omunya and sell and so then they have a locus
to come and demand for more.
Exactly.
Now that they should forget it.
And Ghana water the same thing. Ghana water is about 80%. Omu national income is about 56 million Ghana cedis. Those 80% is almost 4 million. You are losing 4 million to the public. Amount for the air amount for illegal connection and those things. We are winning. Then you sit down and tell us, yes, increase cost.
21.5.
So, 21. Who do you call a yima? It's about 100 million. Now 100 million. Who lose 4 million? Who lose 4 something million? Who lose? Size cano. I didn't go pay. You waste resources, then you demand for something. Or move you say, or move when you're buying, and I'm buying you, we can buy and this is a GS, TCC, Uko public sector, output.
Very efficient, very
low.
Public sector, very low.
20%.
Private, very high.
Private, 87%. Also, they lower income. Then you come say, Makula. I wish one day we are in the governance, we show them performance. They are not qualified for cola. Likewise, these people, they are not qualified for food.
Now, you should rising cost of food and services, inflation. You see, plans in a government, they are talking about say, on a solve a problem. Is that the way to go? Whenever for Clarkasa. When the Prof Asieduaa kasa, umenu ina say, agrob na yedi, aban wontie dwumanase. The real reasons, aban wontie ase. We should forget it. We should do something better than what we are seeking to do. 0594-19409 or 0322-497-264. Nana Pong from Nana Pong, good morning. Achuampon, good morning.
Yeah. Paka medodo ya chumampo no aka tefa de na denye na hini midiane na napom papa paka no pay onyamfo komando so wo show we patiri waseme fancha kese mo de ne abasobo emaune ofa krani adwumapa ne sompa mo so mangana we nka me mp for chumampo na 2020 ofa krani mtiche mano san se mtiche mu bia wo de beto apaso no eje mtiche mu a
yes we pessimist. He doesn't see anything good about it.
On say Obia no I will tell you city ni petifa. And to bring the people on my Otiwa, on till we in Kusiasi, and to better why any different. Near of a crack can you answer sama, I bind it to a fan womanaba. And to only the before man and transfer and yet, I'm a man who said woman I will confess with Yabano, saying the young senator to me, I bind a bayad and could see if I would be a Juma.
That's it. Mami ko nana mensa so ofefi eboase. Nana mensa good morning.
Paka good morning. Ejini nana mensa enshira.
Nana mensa enshira. Madia.
Mami chawa no pai. Na me mo abaso. Ni adwuma pa wo ye. Na mo wa se ana pai. Wa yi dokro ne pa no de kire ye. Paka adeba ko ese oti ase ni se ewiase no yenkwa ye kiri o yekwa ye nim what you say and ewiase nyina so na ho kira ba nya Ghana nkwa adeba ko ase Ghana for eti ase ikami akwa ese ho kira ba Ghana ese ya fa na ase Ghana nkwa na ho kira ba ne sa na tie.
No, but looking at the situation there na answer ho kira ba but the level na ye wo mu no na ke ye ho betima ye han kaka if the right measures are put in place. I see what you're doing.
I see what you're saying. We are seeing now two petrol. Ghana, never two petrol. If you have two petrol, I know what's a day. Ever. If you have to know mass to the sense that we are seeing any side you can talk on a band there. I would remember. That's no mass. But you come up with you have a good father, one and young Traba or my enter.
Nana me say she matim da say she was for yin na mami call line so Amansia West Anto ewo ho Anto Bacho good morning no.
Morning sir.
Me pacho kawasa ma no pay bonto mami.
Bacho e matipa ne anye chamo ye mani. Ofa ke da ye minshano. Ite ye we o mai mo. Ite mi tiri hu de ntia e ma o mai no mo burisa. O mo se o shia o ma sa o mo da na mo. O mo de kasa bai bra akamsi kana mse oyi ko tike ku ya ko ba na be ba ne ko o ngwe ya ade do jitilman ye ti ya gumo ku ya ntu ne bu ya sto kwa ne ma ya to ma o ba no a to jo no wo ti ko ti ka na kwa wo ye ma do shi ana mo ne mo ta o ne
Anto me da si Anto Nana Kwame afo Kenya say Nana good morning
sir
me ba sha mo ko dia
Yami adumboko
media mboni to mami
yo yes remo we are seeing media penny by bansom fan no man kwamo ya e wunkura si hu se nkokrafo no na nkofo mu de bia ba e ba sa production no akofom kana ye ka say because of Ukraine one we no China COVID by no who decided I did after last year February na 14 cities and na 53 cities kasa buy a class no say sad no money na nobody no magu akwan mu oh na we are seeing media because the BMT BBC News Agency but the first over 50 years we found the interest rate gradually 13%. You we na America eco recession and over pumping sika kakra treasury no pumping sika na yen so you dey there now so ya bamba ye bia no se Ghana fu na you die implication of we no na ye di Ghana no ma di Ghana no ma be boy ama
mami ko ajo good morning.
Good morning.
Me bacha wo ko de
Pacho nya me adum na won say
ya ho ye pa nice ajo bacha bonito mami.
Okay, me pacho yeah papa na odi fefo o ka se enye Ghana nkwa na ye di na ye o my moon ni na e na ye fa say we ase afa na nyina na ahochire aba ho no mo. But also other countries now, but some obi ejuma na say an hour obi ejuma e bia independent man ya be 500 for an hour. But Ghana ha no musin obi betina ye ejuma the whole day 24 hours na independent be ejuma. E bia wenya na 15 cities. It is 15 cities no oyimu a day say no obedi. Say na ebeka. Into mo ka say we ase afa na nyina e na ye dey no Ghana ha dey ye dey ebro so because ocean now compared to other countries na yes and
Mate me da say mami ko keep coast Adam Abubakar Abubakar good morning.
Good morning sir.
Me ba chobon to mam na enko no pe
bojo bia no ye
na nadu nya ho ye
e pe no anya kaza no
yo
opoto the problem I we in there abana owodo no here ekofo na we here eduma no anke abana ngaso on here bisia another car na nkase mpo na woda aba no woda ma here ekofo mpo there ye fanya we campaign into ya nkase ye fanya ye mani pumbla
oh okay
ye moto
was it more working pay ya
yeah na market woman so wa nkase so wa so wa na abana ngaso the ye man on the car le ba na ay market woman for dey no ho be share
Okay, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Okay, good morning.
Morning.
Boko. Nice one. Bacho bonito mam na enko.
Abai na san HSA. Sisi wa menu ane no ensase e bia furi nyina me ka se fi da akoma mu Christian. Wa me ediri nyina ye galamse. HSF transaction normal boy den. In the Sabai no ye kwai no baby a maybe a farmer baby a kwai ye be feni ane no. Eso ye kwai ni nyina ko ye kwai ni nye na nse ye bo die nyina beble kokko ye nya omo mbeto.
That is the problem. You see
anyway e kwai ni nyina nye e je say we gyan no be ba be se o be peka no kura no be gina wo se unya ka ni bi ene de gyan na ba ma.
Matemela Mamiko Bofie do Lizzie wo. Lizzie, good morning.
Good morning.
Me pacho bia boko de.
Me pacho me fukaka mo ka no pe ni se o. Se na ko se me kwa ko boniti. Ma tuni ense I ni ba ku ye mo ko to no ba ko 16 cities.
Okay.
No matter the no ba be ton no. Or they get 22 cities. Okotua otono 16 cities o no more be 22 cities and you say abana ni bidi anfa ho ama emma no mu di dwana tede papa me te ho na wo ka no bibie no be yi omo so ka ho bi no o mai ye de bin ate se yesi ne ho hwe ahoma ye di botire keke 150 pesos omo tono 3 cities e tem fa so go
ya me sia se be yi ma me pele Frank wo Frank good morning.
Good morning, sir.
You was Elembele what is saying?
Na me adum kakaka, yan so manage.
Yo, yamo bibia be kama. Bacho yeti wana pay.
Papa yin cheche mo de mai. Eto asum na me sisi se senka ban be ti na wodi so anke be bo an fi se. So the tracks yi ko fan ya ni film crash de ba do ko kesi ni mo. Onye na ya no mo sa de ton. Omo so me ekabo akesi tu ni ani aye to ya yin tu ni se. Ebi abanke ye kofa na ya nkata nso ya seti agencies na ya nso ya tonwa tedi odi kan tiri no e ba sa abana nkata kutabo a woni se wo tonwa amamufo no ho ntiri wo na wo kofa ba yiri ya kan bere na ya dia se no mo ne san de bo de to so aton ama yo nti e ko ba sa na sa short term plan solution na o de ba na anko ye duma Again, no science which say there were long-term solutions, and they will need concurrently, but you can't say Sabina Casa. Banks and storage facilities are moving to me high HAG Nianina and United inside the Atom and Kedeboy and this is on long-term solutions in the way when you are my Kedeboy because the ecosystem and the impact. And I feel so the Diana higher than I can. So the Diana used to mean I had the Union Coca America money.
So me that say Frank MC member and I be I had them the calls in the Bessie. Why? Which I had them the Bessie. It's what? Yeah. They said we do need I mean, listening to them, and this is just a minute. Is it that I'm a more Greek ministry? No. But every kind of said that I mean, could you be alive? Is it that I'm not seeing no one I say and I say they are failing to reason? Like, I don't know the any.
Paka, any question of say they are failing to reason or they don't understand. Most of things are not government policies or they are not being consulted.
Okay. We
have almost every sphere of agriculture, people with PhDs in agriculture ministry, people who have done thesis on every sector of the economy. Why are we just making policy without them? Why are we doing that? Uko a year, a CSRR, a plantation a year, a friends, a planting. Almost quite a team strong for a longer period. Have government consulted them? What's busy in the board here, break. Until we never stop these people. And Kuma in 1963, what they act in Siono. We the target for emergency food security, reduce preserved losses, mopping up food excesses for stocks for future use. 3, assuring income for farmers and ensuring that there's a price stabilized price on the market.
Price stability. We have price stability.
As far back as 60 years ago, Nkrumah was ahead of you. Now, Papa in a blueprint. Why are we not using it? Why are we not using it? I offer car, maybe a high home. Still, you bet me to consult people. A beer. Perishable beer or my research on it with me store in this country. They have the research there. Not your chemical one and your natural preservation. Go to them.
Consult. Consult. Why? That is the advice from Mr. Clement of Okuche financial analyst. I say buying consult. Of course, the University lecturer, Ekasai Professor Robert Edu so Ekasai Ojumedi Yususo. Ebusafo aha and the discussion no ebesi. Me twa me ho aba. Me ba. The Kia will come and join me and then wrap up the conversation. But
The nation is full of surprises. They seem that we still live in crisis. Cantamanto, Kokosha, and Yama prices. If you for some who play one more tactics, and then I doom so watching on a pipe. Tonyama so they doom the fight. Fele wo gallon, I save your life. When you are the to be our type. Go from point was so Namaka Factor. Process of Koya, your buyer the draw. Parliament for no boy, I brought me Ghana, hunt to my cup your table raw. You call your name, will be a chance that the boss be in the deal. Can one law put this fast with Trot, I say, you put on a seat. You have to do mint the bottle crab on the way to the cook. As I put a good chance to the moment to hear you go to the dome of the
economy. The economy. This is the economy.
The big dollar need to know what's what.
Aha, it's a bigger dollar than what's what. My penny. Oh, boy, you were someone in 2014. 2014, 2015, and a boy.
Just end this in a net.
And this is a sabre, no.
And I pepe. She said the Roman for the Assam Cano. Said the TF 50 no. It is Akua Asieduaa moving sign. Ayo. World without end. What's a Bible saying? You're paying so a Bible. But some woman in a fit. Pepe. And maybe anyone else. It's a
prophets. About 2014, 2015.
I saw Robert Mali Nabia.
2022 now, and Sydney no. I'm penny was swatting. Sanity. Yeah.
Kwesi.
And then
yeah, sorry. abusuafo no nsia bremu ne mu hyiae 9:30 nabo almost yadamase papa ewo feedback amode ma ye messages ne calls no bebre na so kra pese omo befre so bia na ebre no na ama ho kwan yadabo nyina ase se ma joy patum ewo kwan sonkoso kra ye hye mo bose bekoso asumu yi ti mo so nkoso na mo ne na ntenu no mienu abeso no pay midinde Akua Asieduaa minu abema
Kwesi Parker Wilson ebuzafo na nya domotina. We are coming your way with another fantastic edition of Oyerepa Breakfast Time. They're coming now.
The nation is full of surprises. Missing that we still live in crisis. Cantamanto, Kokosha and Yama prices. If you for some who play one more tactics. And then I doom so watching on a pipe. Tonya Maso, you doom the fight. Feel a gallon, I save your life. When you're the young to be our tight. Go phone point was so Namakofa Pro. Process of Koya, no buy the draw. Parliament for no more boy, bro. Me you gonna hunt to my cap your table raw. You put your name will be a chance that the boss be in the deep. Once the canal law could be started. Trot class and your front, you see. Petro, you have to minti bottle could have press away to be come. Casapra Bochester shows the boom into Henry Copia with just straight to the dome of Anthony Yamawashasi. If you ask you will be anyone what it. The council I was a papa scratch, I hope say the $1 need to know what's what it. Internet a born into Uncle Aziz. The Kenya will need I was Yaji. Economy in the moon to increase. A committee Ghana for the